Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner in a Game. Thank you so much for being patient. And look, all the cameras are messed up again. That's wonderful. After I just spent so much time fixing them all, which means they're going to be incorrect on the other screen too. This is the best game ever. The bestest game ever. Here you go. These are features, ladies and gentlemen. They're features. Yes. It comes pretty fucked up, and we like to, just thank OA for, bringing their karma over with them, and yes, Frank, we know everything works for you. It's just me. I'm the worstest worst that there was a worst. Thank you guys so much while you wait for me to finish this. Thank everyone so much for coming out. We really appreciate everything. This is our Wednesday night stream, which is Kingdoms of Mist. Now, Kingdoms of Mist is a D&D 5e stream that is based off of a homebrew world that I am developing myself. Now, this world is based loosely around a lot of different mythoses, including Treasure Planet, because I love the movie. And it's also got a basis around, a little bit around a book called The Aeronaut's Windlass by Jim Butcher. Basically, I wanted ships in space, but I wanted them to be actual ships, not spaceships. So I had to come up with a reason and a way to do that was, gonna let me be okay with it. So I developed Kingdoms of Mist. For those of you who want more information on Kingdoms of Mist, we do have a lot of lore up in our Discord. So if you want to join our Discord, you can go to the Kingdom of Mist channel. The Discord is now up in chat. You can go to the Kingdom of Mist channel and you can join our Discord and you can read up on all the mythos for the world. But the basic premise of the world is there is a creature called the Mistmother. She created the world as it stands. She is actually a gas giant in space. And she created realms inside her because she was lonely. And she went and stole a whole bunch of other people from other planets who were also alone and isolated in their own worlds. And she brought them all back here, and she populated these worlds with these lost peoples. And she has made a world for them to inhabit and enjoy and thrive in. While she was doing that, though, she did encounter a creature that seemed to be very similar to herself, but was much older and much more powerful. And it was very malignant and chased her through space for quite some time. When she finally lost it and came home, it made her very trepidatious about leaving the shelter of the gas cloud again. So she basically only ventures out very rarely, and usually only when she feels the call of souls and individuals who are in need or struggling and alone themselves. So now that we have all that down, let's go over some of the things for this evening. First off, I wanted to thank all my players for coming again tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us and being part of this show. It is an incredible, incredible honor for me to be able to be your GM. You guys so far have been wonderful. We have... Why is who crying? I'm not crying. Hey, look, your scenes are fine. Why are you crying? I'm going to kick him. I'm going to get on a plane, fly across the country, and kick him. Yes, and I will get one kick in before a limb goes off. I will tell you so. Just a flesh wound. It's merely a flesh wound. Yeah, I know, Fox Rider. I can't actually kick him. Mainly because I'm so fat and old I couldn't get my leg that high. But that's besides the point. But again, thank all my players for showing up tonight. So, and in honor of them showing up and helping me out by joining in this chaos, I would like to give them each a little bit of time to go over what they do on the magical world of the interwebs. And we will start out with Milagros, because she sits to my right on the screen, and it makes it much easier. You go first. What happened? You're still there. Huh. Hang on one second. Oh, I see what happened. No, I'm not unmute. I don't have to unmute the stream. The chat window, the actual stream audio got changed up because the VC changed the channels that the audio goes through on its default. So now you can hear everyone. But luckily enough, I was the one doing all the talking until I introduced Milagros. So,
well, and I mean, they must have heard something, because Fox did mention, now, Ray, we use our words instead of you kicking me in the ass. So
yeah, no, I think...
Yeah, but I was saying that I was going to kick you. They didn't hear you threatening me with a lot of bladed weapons. So, you're no longer...
Sure.
Oh, so they haven't heard us, they've just heard you rambling.
Yes.
Okay.
So you now don't have to worry about, any indictments coming down, because there's no actual recorded evidence of you threatening my life.
What I suggested, sir, was self-defense, because you said you were coming to my house.
I know nothing. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I'm gonna kick you. Yeah, well, you're not gonna have that leg when I'm done.
Fine, I'll kick you, then bleed out. There.
There we go. Just to spite you.
All right, so back to what we were saying. Milagros, please continue with what you were saying. Milagros is a baby content creator, as she said.
Yes, I'm a baby content creator, and the vast majority of my content that I put out right now is centered around like different special interests and intersectional identities. I live at the intersection of like a lot of stuff. I'm the kind of actual human being that if you made me a fictional character, Twitter would go ballistic and say that that's not possible. That's too many minorities rolled up into one person, and you're doing it for SJW clout. Unfortunately, I do exist, and I want to be pretty loud about it. The content that I will be making sooner rather than later, I have 1 month of school left, I'm so ready for it to be done, is going to be about storytelling and basically snitching on my bachelor's degree, which is basically writing literature and publishing with a healthy dose of psychology, sociology, and anthropology, so I can help people tell their stories, because I think the tools and skills to be able to tell stories should be more accessible. You shouldn't have to go out and go get a bachelor's degree at a private college it's actually pretty simple, and I'm trying to break all of that down and like hand it out because I think more people should be telling their stories.
Absolutely.
I
All
want to
right.
stop there 1 sec.
Okay.
I am very happy that Milagros exists. I know we beat me to
Hey.
this,
And
but
and
that's
as
on stream.
as another thing, today is Trans Visibility Day. So
True.
we
That's
do want to
right.
acknowledge that, and all our trans brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for existing. You show us
Yes.
what the potential is for humanity by just being yourselves. So thank you so much, and we love you, and we will always be here to support you. So, but
you, guys.
in the meantime,
Sorry, I had to interrupt for that.
no, it's great. We always interrupt for love.
Absolutely.
Sphinx, would you like to tell us what you do on the interwebs?
Oh, sure.
Well, not all of
So,
it, because we don't want to know everything.
no, I'm kidding. I exist as at Sphinx Akasha on most things. However, on TikTok, I exist as Circle DM, and that is because I also am a dungeon master for a podcast that I present called Agents of the Circle. That's also a D&D podcast set in the Eberron universe. On TikTok, I mostly create content related to Dungeons and Dragons, cosplay, being an accomplice and ally to just about everyone who believes in fair and equal rights for everyone. And did I say music already? Music?
No, you did not. I was about to. I was watching for that.
Yeah, I am also a member of a band called the Gentlemen of Leisure Collective, and our album, Great and Powerful, is currently streaming right now on Spotify and basically anywhere you can stream music. So
Is that in your link tree?
it is in the link tree.
Because your link tree is in chat.
Oh, yes. Check out all my things in Linktree then.
There you
I'm
go.
doing that.
So, Rob, I know you don't do a lot in social media circles,
Yeah.
but you are a member of the lab. Would you care to tell us a little bit about the lab? It's our Friday show.
Oh, okay. So the lab is experiments in gaming. It's our tag. We do one-off games, so generally games that can be done either DM-less or in a single session. Just cool experiments in sort of like the lesser known side of role-playing games. So everybody knows, of course, Dungeons and Dragons, but we do games that not many people know about, and they have like really cool concepts, like great game mechanics that take a lot of really creative people to come up with. In fact, we did a stream with Ross Cowman, who is the creator of Fall of Magic, and it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, we just try to play games that maybe not a lot of people have experience with, and they're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And you can follow the lab on Twitter. Their Twitter link is up in chat. Also, if you want to get more information on what the lab is up to, you can go and follow them on Twitter, or you can follow us here on Twitch. We do have the lab every other Friday, and this past Friday was their show. This Friday is going to be Dinner Conversations, which is a talk show we do about geek and gaming topics. Specifically this week, we're going to be discussing consent in gaming, which is an excellent topic, and something that does need to be discussed. But all that aside, we now need to go on to Mr. Grumpock himself, the grumbliest of the grumblies. RJ, what do you do on the interwebs, RJ?
I hang out with the funny-looking guy with the beard.
Which one?
He was my hype man.
No, he said funny
Because I
looking.
need scatterbrain to hype myself.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mod for OA, which is the Facebook channel that is also streaming this. We do D&D on Sundays, 7:30 Pacific. We are trying to work a couple more games into our rotation as well. Bring a couple games back that have fallen to the wayside. Other than that, I really have no presence on any medias. It's just your friendly neighborhood mad clown hanging out with the bard.
Absolutely. And the bard is Rome. Rome, would you care to tell us what you do, even though RJ's already hinted at it on the interwebs?
That's kind of weird, but yeah, I'm, I guess, the face of OA while he was the voice. I provide most of the shenanigans and liable for the lawsuits. I don't know. Put me on the spot, Ray.
I always put everyone on the spot because it's the most is fun.
Exactly.
So,
Improv.
I'm terrible at it.
that's okay.
I'm good at talking to myself and getting myself into trouble, but I'm not.
Which is
good at
literally half the OA stream.
it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I just roll with whatever needs to be done. Like, go punch that guy.
There you go.
I guess I'm punching
Yeah,
that
and
guy.
I'm okay with that.
So, all that being stated, thank you again once again everyone for coming out to follow these people and follow this story. Last we left off, we're going to jump right into it. We were in a situation. Someone's already rolling dice. RJ blew a perfectly good. Blew a perfectly good 19.
Like, roll for recap at the end of the day.
Roll for recap. But we were in a situation where the team had just gotten into really their first fight. They basically were attacked in an inn called the Restless Sky Inn. And they were attacked by a group of, at the best you could call them, sickly-looking elves. But since none of them were over 6 feet tall and a few of them were under 4 feet tall, like over half of them, they didn't really look like elves. Now, one of the obvious three leaders of the group were either killed or they did manage to render one unconscious and take him alive. One of the smaller henchmen managed to bust out the door and ran for it. At that point, it was already late in the evening, so we ended combat and ended the session. So we will be starting off with the characters picking up themselves up after this fight, and they are in a situation where they have a captive. So, we're out of combat, we're out of initiative. What are you guys going to do? Number one, I know that, first off, that Rob, your character... Aom is kind of like holding him there.
Yes.
And so what are you going to do?
Oh.
You rendered him unconscious. You're kind of holding him up. What are you going to do?
Preempt preventing Grandpa from stabbing him. No.
Well, Grandpa still technically has one pinned to the wall on the end of his glaive, and he's busy like smiling at him.
Yeah.
As the light fades from his eyes. And he tells Grandpa about it all, his 3 kids at home.
And I got kids to feed.
Does anyone have any rope?
Anyone have rope?
I don't think I have any.
Rope? Let me check my inventory. I might.
Pretty sure we don't need it.
Pretty sure you don't.
Why do you need rope?
Nope,
just
I
to
do not have
tie
rope.
him down. 'Cause
I have rope.
I guess one of
Oh,
you
we-
could hold
we
him.
could-
I don't
I
have the
have
strength for
rope.
that.
I
Okay.
have 50 feet of rope.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Can we cut it up into sections?
Walk over.
No, no. Just
We
wrap
might
it like
need
a
that entire
burrito.
50 feet at some point.
Perfect. Okay, can I work with Utopia to tie him up?
Yes.
I was just
Awesome.
gonna grab an arm and hold it.
You're going to what? With
Just-
the arm?
Don't rip it off.
You having problems there, Grandpa?
Yeah, it's
Rome,
my
they're
game's
saying you're a little bit hard to
paused.
hear.
There it
Games
goes.
are paused. Who is hard to hear?
You are. Oh, the game's paused?
I am paused it.
Oh, thank you.
I can turn my volume up. I have it quiet just for her.
Gotcha. It sounds like a bad mumble. He's a perfectly good mumbler.
Yeah, there's a happy medium
Whoa.
There we go. Okay.
to
Now we're
hearing me,
Rope
but
based
also hearing her in the background.
Yeah. Rome has the voice for an orc. It's not even funny.
That's
All right,
just me
so-
talking normal.
You are going to tie him up with a rope.
Oh, I was just gonna grab an arm.
And I grabbed the other one. He's not going anywhere now.
Bartender kind of,
So me and Utopia are just standing there with a rope.
Why did I quit my rope then?
the bartender kind of stands up. He's still got the crossbow in his hands. He's kind of looking around. And he's like, what the hell's going on here?
We're about
I
to
honestly
find
thought
out.
you might be able to answer that. Was this an interesting? Is this another cultural moment? Do you ambush the people who come into your establishment?
It's like, no, what? That is a hell of an accusation to throw around. He says, I never seen them, just like I've never seen you before. How the hell would I know who to ambush? He's like, I just lost a crowd full of patrons, He's like, and I've got a bunch of dead bodies in my main room.
I walk over immediately and begin to kind of usher him away, and like, hey, I'm to the bartender. I'm so sorry. He's still kind of adapting to people and things outside of the monastery. He really doesn't know. He really was being genuine. He wasn't trying to accuse you. I'm so sorry. Come on, Aom, let's go.
I absolutely fall
Dragging
about
the
it.
Are you gonna tell me
actually,
about that voice in your head?
Maybe later. We've got some more important things to go over. We'll talk more about that later.
Okay,
Like all the dead bodies.
like the unconscious man.
All right, so
Yes.
Rome. I'm sorry.
He's unconscious, I'm
So
assuming.
Shugash and Grompak are holding the character, the humanoid figure up, and he's kind of like just hanging, sagging between their arms. His face is all bruised up from the battering that Aeon gave him. What do you guys? The other bodies are kind of just littered around. The bartender goes into the back and he barks some orders, and you see a couple of kitchen staff come out, and he says one of them goes running out the door, and he says, and tell them to bring as many as they can. And then the other two guys from the kitchen come out, and they're basically start dragging bodies outside. And the bartender's all grumbling, and the barmaid kind of is looking around going, I guess we're closed for the night? And the bartender looks at you guys, and he's like, you're holding that one for the watch. He's like, I know you didn't start it, because I saw them come out of nowhere and start trying to, or I saw them come out of nowhere and attack you. He says, but you're sticking around to answer questions.
Do we get to stay as well in like a bed?
So he kind of looks around, and he's like, I've probably got no other paying customers for the night, but it's still, you're paying the same rates as everybody else.
We have to let this one live.
Say what?
Is it still not coming through?
Oh, your audio? No, I just didn't understand what you said right there.
Oh, I said we have to let this one live.
He's like, yes, you're not supposed to kill anyone if you can help it. And this is the bartender, by the way. And the barmaid kind of
don't
goes.
change.
The barmaid kind of goes, well, they were trying to kill them, and he goes like, look, I don't need you helping them.
Like, if
She kind of
nothing
throws
else,
up her hands, and she goes in the back to get a mop.
Thank you for your help.
like, thanks. I turn to the orc and it's like, oh, look, if nothing else, we should at least question the perpetrator here, and then if the watch wants to murder them once they have them in custody, that's on them. We have nothing to do with that.
Is he
Gosh.
fully unconscious?
Yeah, he's wholly unconscious. Unless someone does a medicine check, he's going to stay that way for at least an hour or so.
I can do a medicine
Shall we
check.
pull and wake him up?
Thank you,
We could wake
Scream the
him up.
Meme, for the follow.
Medicine
Well-
check.
Medicine check.
Also known as strength.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Wait,
he's
before you try to
very
dismember
little.
him, let me at least check and see if we can question him
I mean,
painlessly first. And if that doesn't
Where-
work, then I promise you can hurt him.
we're just gonna walk so he's semi-taut. We're not pulling.
And then and as
yet.
I passed by the orcs on my way to the unconscious body, I kind of look at Sugash and I'm like, honestly, if you want to hurt him after I question him, I can't really do anything. I'm not
We
going to
were
be
just
upset about it.
going to tell him.
But,
it was
you
gonna
know,
hurt him if he
Can I at least question him first?
Mhm.
I look at Grandpak and Sugash.
It wouldn't be a challenge if you killed an unconscious man.
That's true.
So wake him.
so right about as Grandpak says, so wake him. The guy from the scullery room in the back comes out.
Oh, boy.
Comes through the
terrible.
front doors,
Yeah.
and with him is about three members of the watch. And as they come running in, one of them looks around and goes, "Good God, what happened in here?" And the other guy says, one of the other members of the watch looks at the kitchen guy and goes, "I thought you said it was a bar fight. This is a massacre." And the final guy says, "Shut up, you two." And he goes walking forward, And he's like, he kind of looks at you all, and he's like, Sergeant Polinsky, what's going on here?
I stand after my failed attempt at like trying to smack the guy awake. I stand. Well, sir, we were here having a fairly decent lunch and minding our own business, and we were attacked by these hooligans.
He kind of looks at him. He's like, no, I've never seen anyone like that. He says, okay, first off, who are you all?
Apologies for my rudeness, and I kind of give a flourish. My name is Valestein Okal. I am Bard Extraordinaire.
He reaches behind his back, and he pulls something out, and it's a flip notebook.
Yes.
And he begins writing, Val.
You can just call us Val.
Val.
And I gesture towards my satyr friend. This is Aom.
Hi. And I run up to him and I like extend my hand. I'm learning that this is the acceptable custom.
He's like, it's the accessible custom in a polite situation. We've left polite.
Yeah, sorry.
Why is it not polite?
He says, you're being questioned by the watch. And he points to himself. He says, we don't shake hands at this point.
What is the
Hopefully
question?
Later. What happened here?
That's a difficult question.
The bartender says, it's not a difficult question. They came into my bar, and then people tried to kill them. My patrons were terrified and run out. He says, and they got blood all over everything. They were slaughtering each other.
There was a lot of black circles, and it was very hard to see. They seemed to like hide the light.
And the bartender's like, well, that is true. There was a lot of black circles. And he's like, but that does not change the fact that there was a horrific altercation that began when these folks sat down.
And I turn to the bartender and look, that's completely unfair. I really do not believe that we can be to blame for the attack on your bar. I mean, we literally just came in.
I did not blame you. I am
You
merely
implied.
associating events.
The implication was there, sir.
I cannot help an implication that I did not make. You are inferring this from the evidence presented. And the sergeant goes, all right, enough. You're not doing my job. Go back to cleaning up the blood. And he kind of looks at you and he's like, you are definitely an unusual group.
That's Utopia.
And I point behind me.
He's like, he goes, hello. And the
Hello.
two other giants,
These are our friends.
and their names are?
Grandpa and Sugash.
You don't know that.
Also, did we lose?
I don't think you know his name.
I don't know if they
Oh,
actually
no.
introduced each other.
Psychic.
No, yeah,
We
did
literally
not
just met 20
introduce
seconds
ourselves.
ago. This Buckus Rider. And he's like,
Sorry.
it's okay. This guy looks at he's like, oh, so you don't actually know each other. He's like,
Oh no. New
We
friends.
just met today.
They're exceptionally
in
strong.
that case, I know you, and he points to Val. I know you, he points to Utopia, and I know you, and he points to Aeon. Who are you? And he points to Grompak.
I am Grumpok Blighttusk.
He writes it down. He's like, whatever, Blight Tusk. And he's like, and I take it that you're not from around here.
My origins don't matter.
Well said.
All right. And your associate is?
My brother.
And his name is?
It is up to him to tell you his name.
He's not on camera right now.
His name is Shugosh.
It's like, thank you. I think he just messaged me. Hang on one second. Oh, okay. So he'll be back in a minute. All right. So he says, "Thank you." So the bartender says that you sat down and then you were attacked. And the bartender says, "No, I did not say they were attacked. I said this began. They sat down and the darkness thing started. I have no idea if you were attacked. A globe of darkness came up around where they were sitting, and then there was a bunch of yelling and screaming and terror, and all my money ran out the door."
Sorry.
And the sergeant looks over and he's like, "Can you tell me what happened?" He looks at all. He kind of looks around at all of you.
We were attacked. Do you not see the blood staining me at this time?
Yes, but I see a man that you still pinned to the wall with, I assume, is a weapon that you may have used, considering its size.
I did indeed pin him to the wall.
The bartender was like, "And someone's gonna have to pay for the wall."
Our explanation will probably be a bit piecemeal. I don't think we all saw everything.
If you've been
But-
doing this job long enough, you know that every explanation is piecemeal. Let me put together the pieces. Give me the meal.
Why do you get to judge our worth?
Because I am the law.
Who decided?
Not you, because you're not from here.
Clearly. But who?
I am appointed by the Council of Elders for this small but prosperous town. This quiet, small but prosperous town. And they want to keep it that way.
You don't seem to enjoy your job.
Right now, it is not my favorite thing in the world. But normally things are quiet. This
I don't
is not
think he
quiet.
likes us.
I do not dislike you.
That would be an accurate assumption.
I would like to do my best to help you out. But as my friend Aom has pointed out, we all have seen different sides of things, especially since various globes of what I can only assume are magical darkness were lit up around, or unlit around the bar. I can tell you that I happened to look towards the door, saw one of these figures, and then saw nothing at all for a time. And that was when the attack started.
He says, "All right." So they were dropping these globes of darkness around. And you all were attacked. And he
I got
says,
stabbed.
"It's like, you look wonderful for someone having been stabbed recently."
That's
Thank
cheap.
you.
He says, "No, let's keep down to the facts. So we're not going to have much to go on witness-wise.
That is
I
correct.
see that there is one person of the group that I assume was the attackers
Correct.
who is still alive.
Another man ran out the door.
Yes, we
Okay.
were not able to apprehend or take him down.
Now,
They were very
some of
small.
these, and he kind of like looks at one of the other smaller bodies. He's like, "These look like they're children." And he kind of bends down, he pulls back the hood. He's like, "Oh, but they're definitely not children." He's like, "I have no idea what these things are." He says, "They look like sickly elves." He says, "All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look into this and question everyone else who is here that we can find. Now, as you could see, this is a inn that specializes in catering to people who do not stick around long. But we're going to do our best to find as many people to question as possible. What we'd like from you, to keep things as simple as possible, is we'd like you to stick around in town until we're done questioning everyone. This could take some time."
That really depends on the Mistmother.
And he kind of stops and he says, "Everything depends upon the Mistmother." He's like, but she didn't allow us to make our own rules and laws. And as a representative of this town, and as a sergeant of the watch who is entrusted with keeping the peace and safety in this town, I'm asking you to voluntarily do this. Is that acceptable?
Absolutely.
Sure.
And yes, I believe that can be agreed upon.
Can I question him first?
I will allow you to be present at the questioning because you are a witness, but he is allowed to make his statements without interruption. And he is
I can help.
And no, we don't really need any help. I appreciate the offer.
I don't think that's very culturally accepting.
I understand that, but he's not, other than size and sheer strength, he is not an authority figure here.
But it's his. He claims it.
He caught him.
Exactly.
And we appreciate the fact that we have a witness from what would be the other side alive to testify. But at this point, the only evidence I have is statements. I have no one who actually witnessed any of the real violence. And the bartender goes, "Oh, no, we saw him pin that guy to the wall with his glaive. We saw that. That was terrifying." And the sergeant's like, "Yes, but they're indicating that they were attacked and defending themselves. If these creatures chose to do that, then they are justified in defending themselves. Whether or not that is the truth still needs to be ascertained." He says,
I'm gonna just basically tug the body out of Shugash's grip and just toss it on the ground in front of the guard.
the
So
unconscious
question
body.
him.
He's like, he kind of you toss it on the, you go to toss it on the ground, and he literally kind of dips forward and just puts his leg out to where the body bounces off his thigh and slides down his leg instead of just slamming into the ground. He's like, "Yes, but a good hard rap with his head to the floor is going to make it take much longer for us to question him."
He's already unconscious. It doesn't matter.
He'd wake up eventually.
Gentlemen,
But the more time it takes him to wake up, the more time you have to wait. We're trying to do you a favor as well. See?
Yes, the sooner that this creature can be questioned, the sooner we can all be about our way.
Now, if you want to be present when he is questioned, he says, "We will send a guard over to you here to bring you to the jailhouse, where you will be able to witness the questioning, and after he is questioned, you will be able to answer any accusations he has in his presence. Is that acceptable?"
I find this acceptable. Gentlemen
I think so.
and lady.
Yes. I would like to know why he stabbed me.
To know why you stabbed me? He says,
All they're getting out of me isn't.
I would infer
grab
that
my
he stabbed
drink
you
off the
because he
table.
is a rat bastard. But
It could be cultural. It could be an introduction to their people.
It could be an introduction to their people.
Perhaps they're like the orcs and they've got more
greetings, stab.
strength. Exactly.
That was a fine hello. All right. So,
I have a question.
yes.
Before shit hit the fan, was our meals brought to us?
Actually, you had just placed your order, and the chaos happened, and she hadn't brought out the food yet. She had just brought out drinks.
Damn.
Damn.
And now your table is kind of covered in gore. So,
Yeah.
I still go sit at it.
I'm still
Oh
gonna
my
drink my
God.
drink.
I look over at the table. Well, there goes my tea.
I'd never had that kind.
and the waitress comes out, and she's like, she says, there wasn't anything happening in the kitchen, so everything's still there if you're still hungry. I mean, you paid for the food.
That would be
Yes.
fantastic, my lady. Thank you.
Please.
And the bartender says, "How many rooms are you going to need for the night?"
How much do they cost?
He says, "Normally, I'd let an entire room for 1 gold for up to 10 people. He says it'll sleep 4 comfortably. He says individually, I charge 3 silver per cot.
I don't think I have any money.
I have money. I'll pay for you.
You should have a little bit of money. It should be on your character sheet.
I'll pay
Yeah,
for
I've got
you.
I went into my inventory and there's no money.
There's no money in your inventory. Let's put some money in his inventory. I feel bad now.
I mean, technically, I am a monk, so
I got him.
I like the concept of Utopia paying for me, and I'm just like eternally grateful.
He's like, I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah.
I provide spiritual enlightenment in exchange
You have
for
5
money.
gold on you.
Do I?
Yeah, on the if you go to D&D Beyond, are you on D&D Beyond?
Yep.
Go to the equipment tab,
Oh, okay.
and then
Okay, yeah, I
it
didn't
says,
see where
it says
like.
currency.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 gold.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see the currency part. I'm used to seeing things like in my inventory, so yeah. Perfect. Okay, I do have 5 gold pieces, so yes, I will pay for myself. But thank you so much, Utopia. I'm like fiddling with my pouch, assuming I have no money.
Kind of like looking around, going,
Where does one normally keep money?
Well, actually, you said you've been traveling for a while, so you're actually used to the idea and the concept of paying for rooms or just sleeping in the common room for like a copper or that type of thing. That's mainly what you did too, because you're traveling on a budget.
Yeah, very much so.
So, so you guys are basically given. What do you guys do? Do you pull up and pay for a room?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is everyone, or are the orcs going to get their own room?
Yeah, we might even sleep outside at this point.
Gotcha. All right. So basically, you guys, he says, I tell you what, there's not many people. You guys just pool together enough for just give me 5 silver and she'll take you up and show you a couple of rooms.
Okay.
And he says,
Perfect.
That's agreeable.
all right. So he goes in and goes back behind the bar. He reaches up behind the bar and he pulls down a couple of keys and he hands them to the waitress and she says, take him up to the 2 at the top of the stairs. He says, the ones of the view of the outhouse. And she says, okay. And she says, she takes you guys upstairs, and you can see the staircase is over to just north of the door coming into the actual room itself. And she says, she brings you upstairs and brings you along a walkway. Oh, here's something, Rome. I don't know how to do this. How do I change? I'm dragging you onto the map now, but how do I change what map you guys see? I think you told me last time.
You're muted.
Yes, I know I'm muted. Right
You
click
right
on the map.
click on the
Activate, that's right.
on the map and activate. Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh.
Let's see.
So you guys are taken upstairs. She brings you around and brings you over to these. Oops. Damn it. I can't move you guys for some reason.
That's weird.
Oh. That's why. And let me bring this up again because I gotta turn these lights on. Did you guys see an improvement on the lighting downstairs?
Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's because I forgot to turn the lamps on.
It was so dark. Like I couldn't imagine an inn where I'm like stumbling halfway through tables.
Why can't I see anything?
You just play
That was
Marco
pretty funny.
Polo to figure out where your table is.
Oh, we should have done that.
That'd have been hilarious, RP.
You see that, boy? We're getting a room. Isn't it
Boy,
dirty?
we're getting a room. So I gotta put NPCs in this thing. Rome, did you know there's no NPCs on here?
Isn't it dirty?
So-
Who what? Sorry.
There's like no NPCs, like from the player's guide, the NPCs in the back. the generic bar contender and
What
stuff
what
like that.
kind of creature is it?
This
type of
is
creature is
Void,
what?
my mouse.
No, I did not add generic NPCs.
That's
Oh
okay.
my
I'll just
God.
make one.
They are so cute.
Thank you. He's
That's
my best
lunch.
friend.
Horrible.
No!
So she leads
Look
you
how
over.
big you are. Look how small
I
she
own
is.
snakes. At the end of the day, that's lunch. Like
Look how
no,
big
no
you are. Look
offense.
how small she is. She's
No,
not even a meal.
I own snakes.
So do I.
Oh no.
Like that's lunch.
No!
But I would not feed Ghost that one. She is adorable.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
if you
Oh
go
my
to
God, look at her little tail.
compendium,
Right?
getting
oh, I got it.
attached
I
is
just
the
created a
first
generic one real
mistake.
quick.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Samurai Champloo, but it reminds me of this character Fu had a pet like flying squirrel that would hang out in her kimono, and it reminds me so much of that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's in
Okay,
a...
so she comes down this hallway. Oh, rats! There's no light in the hallway.
No, she's a mouse.
It's a yeah.
There's lights in the hallway.
Damn it,
I don't
beat
know
me
why it's
to
not
it.
showing up. So she comes down this. She comes down this hallway, and she kind of like stands over here, and she gestures to the two doors to the north, and she says, "You two gentlemen can take this room. It's the smaller of the two." And she says, "And the rest of you can take this room. There's 2 beds in this room, and there's 3 beds in that room. So."
Okay,
Fantastic. Thank you so much, madam.
She says,
thank you.
all of you have a very, very pleasant evening. I'm sorry all this had to happen.
You as well.
She kind of
It's most unfortunate.
stops you, Grandpa. She says, no, my right. The other door.
I
You did not
apologize
say
for all
right
the
or
blood.
left. You said this door or that door.
She's like,
At
Creates
the end
role
of
play
the day,
at the end of the day, yeah. So but she says, she says there is a breakfast in the morning. She says, assuming we can get everything cleaned up in time. She says it's served at the crack of dawn. A lot of the drovers like to get up early and get an early start. Is there anything else you need?
can you send dinner up to us?
Yes, I was just going to ask.
Yes, please.
Yes, we will send the meals up, and I hope you get some rest.
Non-canon. I pulled my glaive out of the wall
Yes.
before I came upstairs.
It was assumed.
just it's not staying down there for the night. I
It's,
brought it with me.
this is Grandpa's.
Just-
This is Grandpa's inn.
Claimed it.
I did now.
I claim
I
this
reach-
by right of my glaive.
I reach into my purse and hand the bar mistress a gold piece. Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry for the inconvenience.
She kind of looks at it and she's like, she pockets it inside her blouse and she says, "That more than makes up for it."
I'm
Would
glad.
you like more? I have more.
She kind of looks at you and she says, "Normally, I would take you up on the offer and probably fleece you for all you're worth. But you just killed a bunch of people, so I'm terrified."
Oh, okay. I understand.
It's fair. It's fair.
So,
I was worried because I was always taught that gold was exceptionally valuable and I can't really spare mine. But if it's culturally acceptable, then I will absolutely participate.
she kind of looks at you and she says, "I have no idea what you just said. Have a good evening. I'll be right up with the food." And she turns around and she walks off.
Thank you.
Thank
So-
you. I walk in with Inari.
All right. So you guys are on the room on the left-hand side. Val, Aom, and Utopia on the room on the left side. And Grandpak and Shigash, you have the room on the right. So what are you guys going to do?
Oh, whoops, sorry.
I mean, the food is going to be up in a few minutes. Let me move her off.
Why can't I move my character? There we go.
Because you don't want to.
Collides with wall. That's why.
Just smash the
Collides
door.
with wall.
Oh, well, I just flew out the window.
Goodbye.
Everyone's jostling their characters around. Wrong door. Do you want me to just put you in the rooms?
Can
Yeah.
you put me in the room?
please.
Yeah. I'm colliding with many walls.
I would not like to fly out the window. Okay.
Can you not see up here?
Okay, I can
Is
see.
it completely dark?
There we
I can
go,
only
that's
see
better.
the hallway. The room is completely dark.
Oh, why
Yeah,
does that
the
happen?
hallway for me is dark, and so is the room.
Oh,
Oh.
weird. The light
Yeah,
that I
you
put down in the
probably
room.
didn't need lighting like this in the inn.
I don't know how to turn it off. To make it not have the
We're
lighting.
stuck like this.
Val, guide me. I'm blind.
Oh wait,
Look
here's
at your
something.
There we
Ah,
go.
excellent. That's better.
Much better.
I turned off
That's a bit
auto
more.
war
nice
and
and
token
bright.
vision for this map.
Okay, there we
So
go.
if you right-click configure on any map, token vision is what restricts tokens, but on inn it's not really a huge thing. They still
Okay.
won't see your hidden creatures or anything. So
Okay, no problem. So you guys kind of like are in your separate rooms. I mean, it's not exactly comfortable. Those of you who were in the fight, you still have wounds and everything like that. There is a basin in the room that's full of water, and there's some towels. So if you wanted to try and tend to yourselves and clean up a little bit, that is,
I absolutely do that.
it's there for you. All right. There is also, there are several beds in each room. There is a little desk under the window that the basin sits on with a chair. But other than that, these are very plain, very straightforward rooms. Simple thatch beds, nothing extravagant. They probably have fleas.
It reminds me of the monastery.
It
Actually, I haven't
definitely
felt
has
this comfortable in a
fleas.
while.
So you guys, you spend about 5-10 minutes in there, and after that, there's a knock on Grumpok and Shugosh. There's a knock on your door.
I grab my glaive and nod to Shugosh to open the door.
The waitress is standing outside the door with a tray in her hands, and there's one of the kitchen people is behind her with another tray in his hands, and she says, "Oh, remember I was bringing up food?"
No, I did, but it's always is good to be prepared. Thank you for the meal.
And she kind of like looks at you, and she looks like she's trying to take a step forward to come in the room to put the tray down.
I've moved
Backed out of the way.
glaive.
All right. So there's a table to the right in your room. There's a table to the right of the door, and she goes over to the table and she kind of puts the tray down. And
I was the one up top by the window.
Gotcha. And she puts the tray down. She slides it on the table, and on the tray there's like just a big hunk of like some kind of roasted animal leg. There is a steaming bowl of potatoes beside it, and there is a pitcher and 2 cups. And she says, "Mutton, potatoes, mead. Very traditional fare around here. I hope you enjoy it.
thank you.
The roast potatoes are a specialty.
I'm gonna poke them.
They're roasted potatoes, seasoned with rosemary. They're very lovely if you actually bother to eat one." You do have
So
vegetables on your planet, damn it.
It's just so passive aggressive. You don't bother to eat it.
Potatoes.
We just cleaned up all the dead bodies and still cooked for you.
Yeah, he's like,
Like we said, thank you.
yeah, you did. So there's a knock on y'all's door. Utopia, Val, and Aom.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, you open the door, and there's the waitress is standing outside the door with a tray, and she says, "May I come in?"
Yes, come on in.
She comes in. She sets down the tray on the desk, and she kind of like pours a glass of ale out of the pitcher and hands it to you, Utopia.
Thank you.
And she kind of looks around the room, and she says, "So you have no idea what caused all this? Why this happened?"
No, not even a little.
Nope.
I mean,
The Mistmother spoke of darkness, but other than that,
what do you mean the Mistmother spoke of darkness? She says,
Well,
you wear the trappings of a monk. Are you from one of the monasteries?
yeah, the one on Kyrell.
The one on Kyrell.
Yes.
You're very far from home.
Well, I like to think of it that home is wherever I am.
She says, well, and what about the rest of you? Are you traveling as well? Do you all travel together?
I'm
I,
from the city. Aom and I met each other on the road, and now we're best friends. And
That's,
Val is our new friend. He just came
Yeah,
today.
I'm from the area. I've only just met them today.
he's exceptionally welcoming for having only met us today.
Very
yes,
nice.
yes, he is. Why are you're not actually really in the city anymore? What brought you out here?
The
Dreams.
Mistmother.
Oh boy, that's a question, and it's a little odd, to say the least. Uh, Suffice it to say, dreams and portents.
Dreams importance? Of what?
Of the Mistmother.
Hmm.
And some kind of incoming darkness. Yes, I know, it sounds weird to me too.
No. I mean,
Trust
this
me.
is just a little bit beyond. I mean, I'm just a waitress at an inn.
But the Mistmother did tell us to meet here. So I think that you're far more important than you actually imagine.
Thank you. That is very kind, but I think I'll just stay with being a waitress at an inn. What you all went through tonight, I don't think I could have survived. But I wanted to say that when everyone else ran, you all stayed.
And so did you.
Oh,
Is that
I was
not?
hiding behind the bar.
But is that not an indication of your own personal strength? I think it's quite telling.
I guess if you interpret hiding as a personal strength, then yes, I'm pretty strong.
You hid in a place that was being assaulted by
I hid in a
ne'er-do-wells.
place that is the source of my income for me to feed my family.
And I think that it takes personal strength to do that. I don't think that you should undervalue your ability to
You're
hold back the
definitely a
darkness.
follower of the Mistmother. And thank you. Thank you all. Even the two over there and there, even though they're more than a little bit scary.
I think it's an orc thing.
They're still our friends.
I have met a few orcs where they do like being out here on the edge of town rather than going into town. So we do get a lot of them here, and a lot of them hire on as guards for the caravans. It's a decent way to make some coin, and from what I've seen of them, they are very much thrill seekers. So it seems to fit, and it's not that I don't appreciate the fact that they were with you. It's just that your friend Grandpa, is it?
Yep.
Hmm.
The few times I actually saw anyone do anything with the instance where he ran the man through, and he relished it.
Perhaps it's worth remembering that he comes from a place where you have to defend yourself with all you have.
I guess. I just don't know. I don't want to be afraid. But I don't think there's anything else I really could be.
Fear is a sign that you're still alive. I would
We'll
take
keep
comfort
you
in that.
safe.
I don't doubt any of you's ability to keep me safe after what I just witnessed. I just wanted again to thank you. She says, and then I'll let you get your meal. I don't want it to get cold. The guard here, unlike other places I've heard, they're fair. You know, if they say that they're going to let you be at the questioning, then they mean it. And if they say that, they're going to hear both sides of the story. They mean it.
That's good to know. Thank you.
I would like to hear the side of the story, the other one. I would
Yes.
like to know why they did that.
That's what I.
And like I said, I see a lot of people come through here, and I've never seen any elves that look like that. They look like they haven't eaten in weeks. I don't understand it, but all in all, I just thank you. It was not a fun experience.
I imagine not. I am.
We've had bar
Deeply.
fights, and even a stabbing once, but this was beyond that.
Yes, I would imagine so.
Just anyway, I'll let you get to it. And she turns around, and she walks out and closes the door.
What food did she bring us?
Similar to what she brought the guys, but she did put down some flatbread to go with the mutton. And there's really no real plates. There's kind of like there's a stack of trunchers. You know what a truncher is?
Yep.
Okay. There's a stack of trunchers. There's no real utensils. There's a big knife stuck into the roast, and
Yep.
so you kind of just like cut off chunks of the roast, throw it in the truncher, dump in some potatoes, and then you eat it with flatbread.
I will have the flatbread and the potatoes,
Gotcha.
just so everybody's clear.
I will have all of the above and pour myself a glass of the mead.
Gotcha.
Utopia makes a very big thing of like cutting off like teeny little pieces and like laying everything out, and like it has to like meat, potato, and flatbread all in one bite, and then it all has to be together because you know she's still got some noble table manners.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll take my food and I'll sit on the bed with Inari, and I'll begin to eat, and I'll pass Inari a bit of potato every now and again,
Okay.
keeping the meat for myself.
Got it.
Sadly, we didn't get to have the green tea.
That is very sad. But another time.
So
Yes.
you guys sit and eat. After about 45 minutes, there you hear footsteps coming down the hall, and there's a knock first at Grandpa and Shigash's room, and then at y'all's room. It's like someone raps on one door, then walks down and raps on the other door.
I get up and go to answer the door. I open our door.
You open the door, you
Hello.
look down the hallway, and one of the guards is standing at the end of the hallway, and he says, he's awake. The sergeant
Ooh.
says that he's going to be questioned immediately to get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible.
Turn to Aeom and Utopia. Well, it's like we're about to get some answers. And I don't waste any time. I just walk out of the door with Inari following behind me.
Got it.
Right behind him.
Gotcha. So
I
he
put
basically,
Boyd back on my shoulder because she was on the table eating.
Yeah.
Grandpa, did you open the door, or did Shigash open the door when it was knocked on?
I stood up and opened the door.
Okay. So you hear the guard talking to them down the halls, and he's kind of standing catty corner to the end of your end of the hallway from your door, and he's so did you hear what he says? So do you guys follow him out?
Come, brother.
All right. So he takes you out, and takes you.
As we leave,
you
I'm going to take a potato with me.
take a potato with you.
I love
We
it.
did it, y'all.
They are very tasty. But yeah, he takes you down, and you guys head into town. It's about a 10-minute walk to get into the actual town itself. When you get into town, this town is built up around the fact that it is a major crossroads point before you get into the city proper, until you get into Restless, and around the area that is focused around this particular area, there is a meandering river that winds down through this small little town. There is a bit of infrastructure in the town itself. There is a large chapel dedicated to the Mistmother, and it has a little town square around it, and there's some buildings around it, and there is a actual jailhouse across the square from the actual cathedral. So let's give RJ a second. Okay, good. There he is. He lost connection.
Oh no, I was here. I just shut my camera off for half a moment.
Oh, okay.
So he begins leading you around. Your hamster's watching the stream. Okay, so we should be back. Let me check on the thing I was checking on when the stream crashed. Oh shit. Don't crash the stream again. Don't crash the stream again. Don't crash the stream again. Well, I was trying to get this because the scale on the map is off. Oh, no, it's not. It's fine. Can you reset the scale on it? Because it looks like that's what the squares are. Oh, that's better. I'll turn the lights on. Is it up? Okay. All right. All right, there we go. Oh, and I need to show everyone else the beautiful map. Phew. And all those noises you hear are courtesy of Foundry. Nope, nope, nope. That's enough of that. The temple is across the way. Actually, I'm trying to find something real fast because there it is. Odd. I lost my window capture for Foundry. It literally fell off the thing. So I gotta bring it back in. I don't know what's going on. It's this, yes. Professionals, ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home. It is scary. It is rough. And you'll look foolish in front of everybody and they'll laugh at you. Because, huh? It's endearing. Well, that's interesting. It's not letting me have Foundry as an option for window capture. Wow. This is bad. It's not game capture. I've tried that before, but I'll try it again. There's no sense in not. Yes, we are infinitying. Yeah. Hi, it's my Facebooks. Look, here's my Instagram. That's Satine Phoenix. Here's my email. And here's Aom. All right, let me see if I can get rid of this. I know, I'm checking it. It was a Windows capture last time. Display capture? No, I don't want to do display capture. Huh? What happened? Oh, good God, man. Really? If it can happen, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna happen now. This is all going nuts. You remember Mish what? Uh, not yet. I'm still trying to get this to work. And then I got to fix all the freaking cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, how about this? Let's take a 10-minute break while I try and make this work. We will be back in 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry for this delay, and I'm sorry for the chaos, but we'll be right back. Giant dongs are just part of the show. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're just talking about giant dongs and, open carrying swords in multiple ways. Hi. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some severe technical issues here. I'm really sorry, but you're going to have to witness a little bit of the behind the scenes magic because now my Streamlabs won't let me fix anything unless we're live because it won't show me all my frames all of a sudden. So this is definitely a slobs thing. Is what? Oh, hydrate. The ray. Wait a minute. I didn't do anything. Yes, refresh your foundries. Okay, those cameras are working. One more thing. Okay, this one's bad. Chocolate's better than marshmallow. No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say, Rome? We're muted again? Oh my god, it put the fucking settings back. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad you can hear me, even though I wasn't saying anything. So we're having some severe technical issues, as I said a moment ago. And it looks like what happened is, before the show, we had to do a lot of adjustments, like cameras and everything like that. But what happened was, it looks like Streamlabs reset us back to everything that was going on before I made all the changes. So we really apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Everything seems to be back up and working again, except for Streamlabs is acting up, of course. Okay, I'm not going to touch that anymore. It seems to be working. We're going to leave it at that. Okay, so yes, chocolate mousse is yum. So
Delightful.
thank you guys for sticking with us. That's fucking amazing that you did. You guys are so badass. I think
You're
I love
welcome.
you all. So let's do this because, you know, we don't get to do this very often, and I want to do this for you guys. So let me do a little bit of something. Hang on 1 second. Dinner in the Game is live. Of course we're live. I'm jumping into my Twitch real fast.
Cheddar jalapeno scones.
They're
Oh, that sounds
amazing, but
delightful.
you gotta microwave them.
I've got a little bit of a lag. I'm gonna call you guys back.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So they have a bunch of different kind of scones. They have
You're
like
gonna mess with your cameras.
they have like sweet ones.
No, he only messed with his camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
really messed up his camera. Oh wait, I bet you I know why.
Because I'm funny looking.
Well, I mean, that's why
Could you
OA
say
breaks all the
that,
time.
RJ?
The cameras are
Because
just
it's true.
no.
Your
RJ's the real star of the
perspective
show.
of yourself. We need to talk about that.
Remember, just shrink his VC window down.
Yeah, but I can't make all the VC windows come up at once for some reason. There we go.
RJ's the real
If you
star.
click on RJ's, you can
Or
hold
dance with RJ.
control and hit a direct button.
I can't hear you, Rom.
Oh, I said you should be able to hit control. Like if you click on his camera, hit control and like left, right, up or down, it'll shift everyone's cameras and put them all up on your screen.
And we're about to get a bunch of messages.
There we go.
In this, we're going to have to sit for a few moments because I just did something. And hopefully it's going to go to the right people, but... Uh-oh.
What are you breaking now?
No, it just... My stupid thing messed up. Everything's messing up on me today. This is wonderfully wonderful.
Yes.
Something's gotta be in retrograde.
Something's in retrograde, and
No,
it's,
Ray's
Blame
in
it on the
retrograde.
stars.
yeah, it's all my fault.
Dang it, Mercury's in Gatorade again.
I'm a
Can't
horrible
have shit.
person.
Mercury's in Gatorade. I love it.
I'm
So-
actually one of the tattoos that I'm thinking of getting is like the symbol for Mercury on this wrist because I have the sun and the moon on this one, and I'm kind of scared that that means that every time Mercury's in retrograde, it's gonna just whoop my ass because I got like the actual symbol on my body, and so like when Mercury's acting up, I'm just gonna lose it.
Just gonna
You have
lose it
taunted
to
it.
the-
You
Yeah,
have
no,
bound
like-
yourself with it.
It's
All
like,
right,
it's,
so
oh.
sorry. Go ahead, Lagos.
Oh no,
Apologize.
it's like I have a friend who goes to like this super exclusive private college in the middle of the woods in Vermont. And she knows this one girl who's white but got a dreamcatcher tattoo. As like, ooh, cool. It's like symbolism.
Yeah.
And now she has chronic nightmares because the point of a dreamcatcher is to grab the bad dreams and hold them.
Exactly.
And also, you're not native. Like,
Right.
you can't do that. So
Yeah,
she got
symbolism
double
is-
whammied by
yeah.
the symbol and the fact that it's appropriation.
Yep. Yeah, I always I've
Double-edged
worked on my
YouTube.
tattoo for like 3 years because it's like I need this symbolism is so important. Like it could mean a million different things to other people, and it's like this needs to be right.
Yeah, I have a cousin who got like a crucifix tattoo,
Yep.
and he wanted to get it on his arm originally. And the artist was like, okay, which way do you want it to be facing? Because if it's
Yeah.
facing up towards you, it's facing upside down for everyone else. But if it's facing towards everyone else, then it's facing upside down towards you. So he just got it on his chest.
Yeah, exactly.
So he just got on his chest.
Yeah, he was like, this is
Normal
too
cross or the
complicated.
St.
Put it
Peter's
right here.
cross?
Put it right there.
St. Peter of the Basilica.
Indeed. Which is
yeah.
a beautiful place.
Yes,
Oh,
it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
gorgeous.
All right, so hopefully this works now. And it did. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my god.
shit ton of subs.
Oh my!
Wow.
So
Okay, that's a lot of messages.
it's going to happen for a minute. We have to give it a second. But anyway, so I just wanted to let everybody know. In fact, actually, I think I can turn it off for a minute. That we are really appreciative of everything you guys do just to keep us going and to help us out. And a lot of you in here already have subs, and I thank you for it. But I just wanted to give out a little gift because we have
Wow.
really...
Okay.
What?
We share a brain
Insane.
cell.
Oh my god. Wow. Damn. Okay. Spirit sister.
We share a brain cell.
What was
Sorry, I
it?
didn't mean to interrupt her. That was just so insane.
So anyway, let's see if the thing is going to actually display the game.
That's too funny.
And it seems to be working. You
Love
can't
that
sub to your own
transition still.
channel? No, I don't
Yep.
think you can sub to your own channel.
Rip.
There it is.
Ooh.
All right, so we seem to
That's
be up and
fancy.
running. Everything seems to be running okay. So let's just hope that that continues.
Indeed.
All right, so back to what we were doing. So you guys are on the main street in front of the building. Across the way, if you zoom out, you can see that the chapel is directly across the way. Now, the building in the center of the town square is actually the rectory for the chapel, and there is. Oh wait, never mind. The building across from the large building that is the sheriff's office is to your left, which would be to the west. The building directly across from that is the chapel, which is in the little square right there. The river is just to your south with one bridge going across, and there is a couple of other buildings farther down into town. But you're all standing in front of the actual police precinct. It's actually kind of more towards the evening. Dusk has finally fallen. There are lanterns hung outside the buildings to light the streets around you, but it is dark. As you come walking up with the young gentleman from the actual sheriff's office, the door opens up and the sergeant walks out. And he's standing in front of you, and he looks at you all and he says, so
Boom.
we started to question him. And
That went way dark.
that's way too dark.
It is now midnight.
It is now the night of the mids. Frank's putting in.
I was trying.
I just made it
There it
daylight,
is.
Frank.
Now it's daytime.
Oh my.
So,
That was very weird weather.
yes, very weird weather.
It's the power of the Mistmother.
She is here.
She
She is
blinked.
with us.
She blinked.
So, anyway, so he comes out and he says, we started questioning him. He claims was paid to attack you. He claimed that he was he and his group were hired. He also claims that he is not from this world and that he is from an alien place. And after that, he really started not making sense. We are calling in a wizard because he's not recognizable to any of us. He's no one we've ever seen. And we know that the Mistmother is prone to adopting stragglers and strangers. But none of us have ever seen anything like this before. And the smaller ones, we brought some of the bodies back here, they look just like the bigger ones, just smaller. And they all look so similar. There's very few differences between them. This is reeking of foul magics. And it's
That's concerning.
well beyond my experience. He says, but I will tell you that he fully admitted to the fact that he was sent to attack you. And he seems to have no fear of persecution, no fear of us. So I thank you very much for having agreed to stay on. Tomorrow in the morning, if you choose to leave, you're free to go. Since
Can we talk to him?
If you wish. I mean, there's no need. He's admitted to wrongdoing.
I
Tomorrow,
want to know why.
Yeah, as would I.
well, he
Who
said he
hired
was
him?
Paid. We're working on that. He claims that he was summoned via magic, and the contract was bound in magic. So he has no idea who paid him, just that he was being contracted to do so. So, I mean, you can
Lovely.
talk to him.
An
You can talk to
assassin.
him. You can talk to him. He says, but remember, he is our prisoner, so you may speak to him. But you cannot, well, he's in a cage, a cell anyway, but you cannot attack him. So he
Okay.
says, is that acceptable to all of you?
Absolutely.
I casually look.
I know he's kind of like looking over at Grandpa Kinstergott.
Fuck yeah.
Is that
Agree.
acceptable?
I don't accept, but I agree.
That is more than adequate. He says, none of you have proven to be liars. None of you have proven to be anything other than what you are, which is travelers. He says, and this town welcomes travelers. He says, but we don't welcome trouble. So if we can keep that to a minimum, we would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He says, so it goes back in. He brings you inside. It is a very simple building. This floor is mainly taken up with a small reception area and a large number of cells that are secured, that are steel barred cells. They each have cots in them. There's about a half dozen of them. Each of them look big enough to hold several people. But there's only one person in one cell at this time. And that is the strange creature that you saw that was part of the attack upon you and that Aeom rendered unconscious. He's sitting on a bench. He's kind of got his hands hanging between his legs, and he's kind of leaned forward, and he's got a wet towel in his hand that he's pressing up to his lip. And he kind of looks up as you come in, and he kind of sees you all, and he kind of like just stares at you dead with no real motion touching his face. The young man sitting at the watch desk kind of looks up and sees you guys come in. And he's kind of like, and at the cells are to the left and the right of as you come in, and at the far end of the room there is a set of stairs going up.
Okay.
And he says, the young man sitting at the desk kind of looks up at you all as come in, and you see when he sees the sergeant come in, he kind of heaves a sigh and he says, he's just been sitting there, Sergeant. He hasn't really said anything. I don't know what else we can do. I mean, and he goes, that's all right. I tell you what, AJ, why don't you just go home? I'm going to go ahead and I'll take the night watch tonight. He says, these people have some questions for him, and then I'll see them out. And he says, just go home and let everyone know that everything's fine, that everything's been taken care of if you run into anybody. And he says, the young kid looks up and he says, all right, sir. And he kind of gets up and he walks around the desk and he gives you all kind of a wide berth and making it very apparent that he's kind of avoiding you. And then he walks around the desk and kind of walks out the door. The sergeant kind of goes up to the door and he closes the door and he drops a very big door bar across the door. And he kind of turns around and looks at you and he's like, just in case, it's always good when you have a prisoner that you don't know to make sure he doesn't have any friends. So we're just going to be safe. Better safe than sorry. Mm-hmm. And he says, well, you can go ahead and talk to him. I mean, we don't really, have Yes.
Before we talk to him, am I able to tell if there's any kind of magical protection or anything around the cell at all?
Are you casting detective magic, or are you just looking for like runes and sigils?
Initially looking for runes and sigils, but if need be, I think I have detect magic.
Well, first off, make me an Arcana roll.
Gladly. As I pull up, there you are, and go. 16.
There is no enscrollment upon the cages or on the floor around the cages. There's
Okay.
no type of magical seal placed on the cages. So there is no arcane protection for this area.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
All right. So you get the distinct impression, not impression, you know that he has been the subject of some fairly powerful magics very recently. Transmutation, abjuration, and I forgot the last one. Because this is a multi-part.
Subjugation.
Subjugation.
If it's teleportation spells, it's probably divination.
Is it divination? I thought it was good divination, but I just want to make sure. Conjuration. It's conjuration.
Okay.
So, transmutation, aberration, and conjuration.
And how recent? Am I able to tell how recently?
At least within the past day. And if he is what he says he is, if he's something summoned, then that would make sense, because usually summons last from like dusk to dawn, or from dusk to dusk, that type of thing.
Okay.
So they usually don't last that long a period.
So before
So
we get
he-
down to asking him questions on his cell, I want to cast Zone of Truth.
You want to kill us what?
Zone of Truth.
Wow. All right.
13 save.
DC 13?
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring him back up.
Well, I pass on to the rest of the party. Like, there's been some magic flowing around this individual fairly recently, at least within the last day. So let's tread carefully.
And it's a
Wouldn't
wisdom
that be
save,
how
right,
we
Rome?
got here?
Charisma.
Sorry, what was that, Malagros?
Wouldn't that be how we got here? They came out of nowhere. They didn't walk in.
Oh,
Very possibly.
And what was DC?
13.
He
You got
rolled
it.
a 13.
Damn.
So you cast
He
the
is
Zone of
still
Truth.
able to
Oh yeah, can you selectively leave people out of that? I don't think you can.
No. That's anybody that's in it has to make it, but I'm doing it specifically in his cell.
Okay,
Because it's
gotcha.
targeted.
Gotcha. You're basically setting up to where it only hits his cell for the most part.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. He kind of, when you cast the spell, Rome, are you trying to be clandestine about it, or are you openly casting?
Openly casting it.
When you start casting a spell, when you start making the somatic gestures and everything like that, he visibly starts up. He stands up. He looks around. He looks at you, and he just glares daggers at you. And he looks like he's gritting his teeth, like he's waiting.
He does know what I'm casting.
Huh?
So he will know that I cast it.
Once you cast it,
Yeah.
and then after you cast it, he kind of stops and he kind of looks quizzically at you, and then he kind of like sits back down.
We were told to not hurt you. I just want the truth.
He says, "Ask your questions. I have failed. My fate is sealed."
You had questions for this one.
Well, I was wondering, who sent you?
I do not know the name or face of he who summoned me and my ilk. I
Do
know
you
that
always-
he. Do I always what?
Do you always take jobs from people you don't know?
I am summoned. I am bound by magics.
Do you know why you were sent to kill us?
We were sent to kill you. We were sent with instructions to kill you as efficiently and quickly as possible. And to make sure that you all were dead. Those are the only instructions given.
No relation to the Mistmother?
He kind of looks at you and he kind of like, we were given no orders to assassinate any Mistmother.
Do you not know who the Mistmother is?
This is we were not given any information on this Mistmother.
Well, before one of your kind died, he mentioned he needed to contact others. Who was he contacting?
We're not the only group dispatched.
Oh, fun.
Since you've failed, does it matter if they fail? Where would they come from?
Where do we come from? He kind of looks around the room and he says, "Fear the shadows."
They fear nothing.
That's your choice.
It was your brothers, too. Didn't work out very well for them.
We know fear. We just understand that he who can summon us is more to fear than any fate you could bestow upon us.
So
Who's
then
that?
you do know him.
No. We know his potential.
Ah. So what I'm hearing is that on a scale of 1 to 10, you are properly screwed.
Yes.
So who is it that you were summoned by?
I already answered that question.
But you did not.
I
You said
that
you know of the potential of this being.
What's their name?
So then you know of this being.
No,
What stories can you tell?
none. I know that this being has the power and potential to open a hole between realms, draw me and my brothers through, force us into compliance with arcane locks that bind us to our contract, and then set us loose and allow us to exist in this plane that we do not normally reside upon, and then force us to attempt to attack and kill you on pain of an experience that would make death a sweet release.
I'm truly sorry that your existence is subjugated by somebody else and that you lack the will to fight against it.
Compassion is a weakness
Why?
because
I
your
think-
compassion compels you to have feelings for me. And that
don't.
means that if you have feelings for me, even if it's just pity, I have a way to exploit you.
By the light itself, when God put teeth in you, he ruined a perfectly good asshole.
Sorry, that was me laughing, not him. By the way, Sphinx, have an inspiration. That was good.
I will take it gladly.
So,
And if my compassion led to my death, I'd still think that it was worth trying.
that is the way of fools.
And so is it the way to follow those you don't know.
I follow no one.
I guess it's too bad that you're just not strong enough.
It is regretful that I was not strong enough to complete my mission and return to where I belong.
I wish you luck. And
There
I
is
will
no
always
need
have
to.
compassion
Do not
for you.
waste your wish.
I
My
will
fate is
waste my
sealed.
wish on whatever I wish.
In the meantime, are you done with me?
How many others are there?
If he got the entire group of us, there's at least a dozen more.
Hell,
A
that's
dozen
going
more
to be-
groups?
No,
Or
a
a
dozen,
dozen more people?
a dozen more of us.
That's going to be fun.
Well, you shouldn't
agree,
have that
but
much trouble
that
with
sounds
me. You
very
seem
fun.
to handle us fairly easily. We were obviously not the... We were merely the tip of the spear.
Oh, that wasn't sarcasm. I'm literally saying that's going to be fun.
Oh, Then we agree on something.
In that case, and he looks right at Aeom, he's like, you are in mixed company.
I kind of like it that way.
He's
Who's
like,
your
I
god?
this is a god. I know no god. I know that the darkness is eternal.
Interesting.
It is the only way you are safe.
I'm glad, maybe just for a moment, that you got to see the light.
All the light is, and he kind of glares around the room, is pain.
I was born in darkness. When I saw the light, it was all only of a blinding. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
I was actually waiting
It was
for it.
right there.
So he's kind of just sitting there and he's looking at you all and he says, and I needed no spell to coerce me to tell you the truth. The truth is, whoever and whatever you have generated the ire of, he is, or they are something of a potential that you will be dealt with.
I think we found what
And
we're
I
looking
turned to
for,
everyone.
Blondlock.
When this is over, this is going to make the most magnificent song, I think.
I think it will.
I would like to hear it.
I am very excited to write it.
You said your fate is sealed.
Oh yes.
And when is it sealed?
He says, he kind of closes his eyes and he kind of lifts his head a little, and he says, I would say any moment.
Would you like to go on your terms?
This is you. What you do to this, and he kind of gestures at himself, is simply not going to matter.
So are you saying that your body is just a vessel?
No, I'm saying my body is a hunk of meat. But it's a hunk of meat from somewhere else. And it doesn't belong here. And like calls to like. And something is coming.
Interesting.
I hope that you can find whatever peace you can in that darkness of yours.
Does this something have a name that you could give us? This whatever it is that's coming.
He kind of looks at you and he says, if I were to name it, I would have power over it.
Perhaps.
And he kind of like looks around and he goes back. He was standing up because when Rome went to cast, he stood up and jumped to his feet. But he kind of looks around and he kind of turns around and he goes back to the bench and he sits down and he goes back to nursing his wounds. Hey, the Keep! Thank you very much for the raid. We really appreciate it. How you guys doing?
Welcome.
Hope you had a great show.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Keep RPG is another stream brought to you by Texas Critters Discord group. We have a bunch of different streamers that came from that, end up coming up from that group, and the Keep is one of them. They also stream on Wednesday nights. We didn't used to stream on Wednesday nights, but when we relaunched, we had to make some changes, and we're really sorry that we had to be in competition with such a great group of people. But we love you guys very much, and we thank you guys for joining in. So. Anyway, he says, he kind of looks at you all as he's sitting there nursing his lip. And he says, if you have any sense of self-preservation, I think you would run. Run as fast as you can. And when the night comes, like it has now, hide. Hide somewhere, but make sure wherever you hide has plenty of light.
Why would we hide?
I carry the light with me wherever I go, creature.
And I carry the blessing of the Mistmother.
He says, and I have the ability to plunge us all into darkness.
And I can burn you with light.
He says,
Why are
only
we
if you
still
can see
talking
me,
to
my
this
friend.
curve?
I do not know. It is a good lamb, though.
And the kind of sergeant kind of looks at you all and he says, are you done with him? He talks like this all the time.
Are you sure we're not allowed to hurt him?
Yes, he will meet his fate in the morning.
And what fate might that be?
And he says, after the chaplain comes in and offers him one last time to repent, he attempted murder. There is only one fate for those who would seek to murder their fellows.
True.
I don't think he'll make
Had
it
to
to
ask.
the trial.
There's no trial, he's already admitted.
I don't think he'll make it to the execution.
He's like, that's unfortunate. He says, but if he does something untowards to himself, then only the gods can judge him. And may the
I wish it
Mistmother
was-
have mercy on him.
I agree. I just wish it were in his control.
And he says, that's why I said we are summoned a wizard. He will be here in a few hours. We have no idea what he's talking about. If you have any ideas, I would probably still be confused. I'm a guard in a town. I am not a great thinker. He says,
He wasn't
this
built
is,
for
for this is for those who have more understanding of the arcane than myself.
Then you made the right call in summoning a wizard.
He says, if that's all, then you all, I don't know what else to say to you except for thank you for being so incredibly cooperative. It was a breath of fresh air to not have to try and throw my weight around as an authority figure to get cooperation.
Is that something you have to do often?
There's a lot of drinking in this town.
You don't weigh that much.
He says, okay, my weight and about 4 or 5 people behind me. Is that good?
That could do.
Okay. He says, you guys can go back to the inn. He says, and as I said, unless you want to stick around for the... He kind of looks over at him. He says, for the hanging. He says, you can leave in the morning.
Hey, do you speak to the Shatrog? The witch.
Chatrog?
The witch.
I don't specifically speak to her, sadly. I lack the ability.
She might know more.
I think that she would. Perhaps
Maybe
it's
we
worth
should go to
stopping by
sleep.
the temple.
We should go to sleep.
I
Doesn't
think
she come
rest
to
is
us in
the
dreams?
great idea.
I think rest would be good. But perhaps it's worth stopping by the temple later. Maybe another day. The Mistmother might be able to tell us something.
If we're already here.
Yes. Let us retire, as it were. And I turn to the sergeant, and I nod and kind of give him a pat on his shoulder. Thank you, kind sir.
He kind of nods to you. He goes over and lifts the bar off the door. Oops. He lifts the bar off the door, and he kind of gestures for you all to go ahead.
Good luck with that one.
He says his fate, as he said, he said it himself. His fate is sealed. He admitted to what he has done, and unfortunately, as I said, the law is very specific in these matters. If you attempt to take a life, even if you fail to do so, your life is forfeit.
Such is the law. Well, shall we be off?
Yes.
So
Where
you guys
to?
head out the door, and you come out onto the street. The sergeant kind of like nods to you one last time, and he goes and he puts the bracer back down on the door, and you guys are starting to walk, like you have to walk up the street to the north and then turn left to head back towards the inn.
Sure.
So as you guys are drooped on the street, the moment the door brace comes down on the other side on the door on the other side, you hear a incredibly loud scream. It's coming from inside the building, but even through the walls, it is insanely loud. And then there is a few moments, and you can hear, like, 3 or 4 seconds, and you can hear, no, 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 and then something slams against the other side of the door violently, and the wood of the door even cracks a little bit.
I turn. Do I have detect magic still up?
It's been over a minute, so no.
Okay.
Thank you, Roll Hit Dice, for the raid. Thank you very much. And so, as you're standing out there, you are standing out there in the street. And like I said, there is lamps out here, but this is all dim light. You know what I mean? It's just the shades, shadows, and that. Everything goes quiet. What do you do?
Can I break down the door?
You're going to try and break down the door? What are you going to use? You're going to just bash on it with your warhammer, or you're going to try and shoulder it? It is a door that's designed to keep people in or out. You saw the door was like 3 or 4 inches thick. And it has that huge... You saw the bar he put across it. It's almost as thick as the door. So it's it's going to take some bashing to get through this.
Are the windows barred?
Yes, they're all barred with metal on both stories. But the bars are secured to the outside of the window. So you could technically try and rip them out of the moorings.
Actually, before she does that, I walk over to the door and I cast knock.
All right. No one ever has knock prepared.
Hello?
I was not ready for this.
And now it's my
always
favorite
have
game,
knock
Stump the
prepared.
DM.
Okay,
As
so-
he does that, I
Uh-huh.
do want to cast a cantrip of light at our feet. So a pool of light radiates out at our feet.
Yeah, so you can cast light on an object or on a point. So if you're
Right
going
on
to
the
cast it
group.
on a point, you show me where it is on the map. Like, just hover your mouse over it, and we can draw a 20-foot circle out from there.
I should be able to actually. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and continue what you're doing.
Okay,
And I'll get it done on my end.
you got it. So I'm going to move you around. Where are you? Val, oh, there you are, Val.
There.
Yes. All right, so you're going to go ahead and are you moving in front of the door?
Yes, I'm moving directly
Green
in front of the
circle is
door.
light.
Okay, gotcha. You're moving directly in front of the door? Okay, so you move in front of the door. Knock doesn't require any type of spell DC or anything like that, does it?
No, it does not.
Nope.
Except
All
that
right,
it emits an extremely loud, audible knock.
yes. All right, so you cast Knock. The door splinters and slams open.
Oh.
On the other side of the door, the light spell is cut off at the doorway, as the entire room beyond it is full of darkness. And while you're sitting there, and you're all sitting there and like looking at that spell, looking in, and trying to look in and penetrate the darkness for that few moments. Aeom, the shadows in the street around you just coalesce into a form of a figure that is basically large wings, the upper torso of a humanoid creature. It's made of nothing but darkness. It has incredibly long, gangly arms, and they end in claws.
Oh, damn.
And so I need everyone to roll initiative,
Oh God.
as this is a surprise action.
Okay.
Well, damn.
Thanks to my sword, I get advantage on
You want
initiative.
to create an encounter for us?
Yes, I'm doing that now.
Thank you, sir. You might as well wait. You took. No, never mind.
Nope.
I
You
think
might
I got
as
it
well
in
wait.
time.
Utopia didn't count.
Oh, okay.
Utopia's
So
the
if you open the combat tracker,
yeah.
you can click the die in there. Utopia, that adds your bonus and everything too.
Yeah, go ahead and click the die in the tracker, Utopia.
Where's the tracker?
So on the top right, there's a little fist. That's the second icon in. Right
Oh,
click on
okay.
that. It'll pull up the combat tracker.
Oh, okay.
Someone roll with advantage?
I do because I have the sword of warning.
That's right.
Nice.
So right as you cast the spell, right as you're there, what's the range on the warning area? It's like 60 feet, right?
I believe so. Let me double check that. Yeah, me and my companions within 30 feet can't be surprised.
Okay, and he is with the surprise. So there is no surprise round.
Okay.
So as you're standing there, Aeom, you get that you feel this coldness behind you that alerts you, and you spin around and see this figure forming out of the darkness. And as it forms up, you're sitting there and square face to face with this thing. And it is obviously, it's staring you right in the eyes, but where there should be eyes, it's made of darkness, but somehow where there should be eyes, there is even a deeper darkness. And somewhere back in that darkness, you see the barest glow of red embers in each eye.
Oh, damn.
What made you?
So first up is Utopia. What are you gonna do, Utopia?
Looks like we lost room.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, he'll be back in a second, I hope.
For clarification, I did put that spell on my boots.
On your what?
I'm guessing you lost a
My
minute.
boots.
Your boots?
Yes.
Bravo.
Legit.
Bravo. It's hard to knock
legit.
someone out of their boots. All right, so Utopia, what are you doing?
Let me see.
And because Utopia has actually never really played Roll20 before, for Milagros, each round, each when I call someone's action, that's technically in the fight is 6 seconds. Now the odd thing about the mechanic is all those 6 seconds are supposed to happen at one time, but because they can't really do that in the mechanically and work it out, everyone takes their turn separately. So your turn, since you go first, it technically shouldn't influence everyone else's turns, but it definitely will. So
Okay. I mean, hold on, let me see something. I mean, I kind of want to see, like, okay, it isn't within my range. If I throw a javelin at it, like, would it just like what happens when somebody like sends a weapon its way?
well, since she is technically in combat with Aeom, you would have disadvantage on the shot.
Oh no, I don't want to stab my friend.
Because what they considered is you may be in the squares you're occupying, but those squares are each 5 feet wide. So it's kind of like you're considered to be jucking and juking and diving in that 5 feet and not holding still. So you could throw it now, but in a second it might not be there because it's trying to counter whatever Aeom's doing.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I said 6 seconds is because you literally need to go fast. So this is this is to decide what you're doing. The mechanics we can help you through.
Okay. I mean, it hasn't done anything yet, so can I like set up?
You can hold an action, and then you can declare what the trigger is for that held action. Like you can say, if it attacks Aeom, I'm going to throw a javelin at it.
Oh,
Or-
yeah.
But the only thing you can't hold is movement. So if you're going to move, you need to do that before you declare your held action.
Okay, then can I move closer to Aeom and then
Sure.
hold the action?
You have 30 feet of movement, so that's 6 squares.
Okay. I'm gonna go, like, I had the ruler. I'm gonna go over here.
Perfect. All right. So now you're actually in melee range of the creature. You can still choose to say, I'm holding my action, and if it attacks Aeom, I'm going to attack it. But now you can choose to use your Warhammer instead of throwing a javelin.
Yeah. Yeah, if it attacks, I want to use my Warhammer then, because it's
All right.
a lot closer.
Not a problem. So you have a held action, but your turn is over. So now we're on to Val.
Okay. I am going to, in like classic 1980s Dune style, where the name of the user itself is the killing word, I'm going to cast the Mind Spike and just say my name at Val.
Yes.
All right. So what is the save for Mind Spike? I do believe it's Con, correct?
It's Int.
Int. Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, if you roll it in Foundry, it should show the DC
Yeah.
too.
I'm going
It might
to...
make you target the
I'm not
creature.
sorry. It's not Mind Spike. It's Mind Sliver. Sorry.
Mind Sliver. Those are actually two different spells too. So what does Mind Sliver do? Because I'm familiar with Mind Spike.
I drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature I can see within 60 feet.
Yeah, he's definitely within range. Can he force him to make the save by targeting him, Rome, or do I still have to roll the saving throw?
It'll show up on the chat bar, and you should be able to click the box where it says the DC.
Got it.
Go.
So target him and cast that spell.
Boom.
There we go.
So then
Saving throw.
you should be able to click the saving throw to roll it as the GM.
And I did, and he saved.
Okay. And yeah, I don't think it doesn't do any damage.
Got it. All right. So are you going to move at all? Because you can still move and stuff.
I am going to move. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that. Unselect that, thank you. And then I will move. I'll cautiously move 5 feet up,
Gotcha. All right. So
and that will end my turn.
Gotcha. No problem. That ends your turn. Now we are on to Aeom.
Okay. Unarmed strike. Directly next to me, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, absolutely.
And yep.
Remember to target it first and roll away.
Okay, so once again, sorry, somebody's gonna have to explain that one to me.
So there is a little thing that looks like it says select targets. It looks like a target symbol from,
A target,
for
yeah.
Target. For Target.
Yeah, you actually don't even need to do
Target.
that if you right-click on the token.
Oh yeah, you can do
That
that too.
same symbol is on the bottom left. You can just click on it from
I
there.
love how everyone's
Right-click on their token? Like on the enemy token?
Yes, on the enemy.
Yeah,
token.
so right-click on the enemy token, and then on the bottom left there's a little circle you can click on. And
I've
it'll
been
target
trying
it.
that. and it's not been
Nothing's
doing
coming
that
out.
for me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But how else would I?
It's
Top left corner, you see your little dude, and there's a square right under that's a circle. You can click on that. Top
Sorry,
left,
Little
top-
target
okay,
circle.
yes.
like your other left.
Wow.
There's a circle, so then.
So click
Click
it
on
and
him.
then
Oh, okay.
click the enemy.
There you go. He's
Cool.
targeted.
All right. Thank
I
you.
wonder why the
everyone.
right click is not working.
I don't know.
Did that roll a thing? Did it do it correctly?
Unarmed strike,
yeah.
and then you have to
Yep.
click attack.
Okay. I'm
And I
still
did
learning
change
this
it,
one.
so
And
we'll
no
actually-
disadvantage or advantage?
No disadvantage
Normal?
or advantage.
Cool.
Oh, nice. You definitely hit.
Okay. And then
So-
I'm also going to do Flurry of
Well,
Blows.
click on damage first.
Oh, yep. And normal. Oof.
I think I had to click on damage, Rome. Because it didn't take it off.
No, it doesn't actually. I mean, I can set it to do that, but I don't do it because barbarians and half.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
So
All right.
I leave it up to the DM to apply damage.
Understood. That works for me. All right. So, and what you're doing flurry of blows as well?
Yep.
So spend that key point. Click the attacker button.
I already had it spent. We did have a long rest. That was what the sleep in the inn was, right? So I got all my key points back.
No, you have not rested yet.
Nope. Wait.
You served your
I-
dinner. I said it was
Oh,
about-
okay,
I said it was
cool,
about
okay,
45 minutes after she served you dinner that the guard showed
Cool.
up.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know. All right.
This is the second time today.
That's
Today.
Today.
Oh,
Oh, and it hits. Cool.
Nice.
All right, and normal. Boom, that's better. All right, and that's my turn.
One moment.
Isn't Flurry of Blows 2 attacks?
It is.
I thought it was, yeah.
Is
So
it?
you should be able to
Yep,
hit him
it's
one more
2
time.
attacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I just roll Flurry of Blows again? Then?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I thought it was 1 attack and then you get Flurry of Blows, but I guess I had that wrong. I've never played a monk, so.
Well, you do 1 attack, and then your Flurry of Blows is 2 additional unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys, because I would have
Got
missed
it.
that completely.
All right. So
And I miss anyways, so I did miss that completely.
there you go. All right, that's okay. So you missed that. You missed the second strike, but you did do the hit, and
The first flurry.
so the first one was flurry of blows, and you rolled a 14, so that hit, and that did 7 points, right?
Yep.
All right. There you go. Good.
Plus
It has
the 4 as well from the first unarmed strike.
Yes, I already got the 4 in there. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So that is on Aom's turn. After Aom, we go to Grampok.
So I can see this creature, correct?
Absolutely.
Cool. So I'm going to sorry, I didn't have my character sheet up. So I'm going to summon a spiritual weapon. Oh, sorry, I have to target. So let's do that.
There you go.
Spiritual weapon. So I'm gonna have it pop up behind the creature.
Got it.
And attack
Oh, shit.
with a crit.
Nice one.
Damn!
It died.
Let us
It
see some of
fucking
that beautiful
exploded.
damage.
Critical hit. 8 points of damage.
Got it.
And then
Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head.
and then as my action, I will toll the dead on the creature.
Ooh.
So I need a DC
Is
12
Toll the
saving
Dead...
throw.
Oh, wait. You did that as your bonus action. Yes, DC 12?
And it's a cantrip, yes.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm rolling hot on my saves. He rolled a 20 total on his save.
Damn.
Cool. I believe if it saves, it does not take damage.
No, it does not, yeah.
Okay.
That one I know. All right.
So then other than that, I'm just going to kind of keep my eye on the entrance to the gel.
All right. So you're staying right there, though? Gotcha. All right.
Yes.
So that is on Grompok's turn. Next, we come to Shadash. Rome is mathing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, just slow, apparently. What the hell was I gonna do? I had a plan and then I totally forgot.
Ooh, I have an idea.
It was okay. Since we didn't pay any attention to it. I am actually just going to cure Utopia.
Oh,
She is low.
see, we're friends.
Ooh.
I
That's
just
twice
wanted to
now.
leave you-
Twice, we're friends. That's it, we're friends.
Utopia
You
says
did it.
so.
You cured her. So she's you're
You have to
friends
walk
now.
up and touch her and cure her, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
I'll
just rolling.
cure you from over here.
gotcha.
I'm not going.
well, technically, you
Extendo
could run up there. He
hands.
could cure wounds on you, then he could run back.
I didn't do it.
This is proof we're best buds. I'm gonna make you a friendship bracelet.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Su-
different.
Sugash runs over just like, I don't actually like you. I mean...
No, not the soon that I should.
exactly! I need that in my life!
Stupid!
Not like I like you or
Here's your
whatever.
Hang on a second.
Somebody's got to
What'd
be
you
this
say, Rom?
under
I said I just don't want to carry your body back to the inn.
Why? Because you're super heavy?
Ah, I
That is
love
me,
this.
by the way.
Oh, no, here we go again. Can you
Oh
guys
no, our
hear me?
stream is...
Can
Pause
you guys hear
for-
me?
That is me.
That's it. We're
Can
besties
you hear
now.
me?
Yep, and they can hear you now.
Okay, good. It almost locked up. Oh my gosh. It's still trying. It's still trying
That
to
is
lock up.
that is my new favorite thing. Where's our meme for that one now?
It almost locked up. Alright, so that was on Sugash's turn. And you're just staying right there, Sugash?
Yes, I'm staying.
Okay. So now it
Aw,
comes
'cause
down
we're
to because we're friends. Now it comes down to the demon's turn.
Oh, joy.
If he moves,
Here we go.
Hit
batter
me.
up. Batter up, bitch.
Alright. It doesn't have anything in actions. Oh, here it goes.
Stands there and looks pretty.
Action is,
very
I'm gonna
pretty.
pass out now.
Alright. I should have you targeted. There we go. Got it. Sorry
Oh.
about that. Minor
No worries.
mechanical flaw. Why is it not letting me roll anything?
Oh,
Because it's probably not doing it as an action.
that
There's
was some
nothing in my
slashy,
actions.
slashy.
It's only in features, but features does come up with a die. But it just brings up claws, and then it doesn't let me roll anything.
What the hell?
It's just
Okay,
voguing.
never mind. I'm adding it. It is doing something odd, but I managed to. Well, isn't that
Claw.
funny?
Yikes.
Okay, but like,
So weird.
ouch.
Yep. It's gonna be an ouch.
We're just standing there getting mauled.
I
Like,
know. It's like trying to
We're
claw
all
you to
just
death.
watching.
Yeah. Just
Wow, that
AOs.
looks kind of painful.
That looks like it hurts.
That looks very uncomfortable.
Choose.
I mean, I'm a monk. We do uncomfortable things.
There.
God,
can't
dang
wait
it.
for it to try to do
This
some
is just
shit.
not doing it for
So
you.
I can just
The
Guys,
anticipation
I'm gonna
of the
get- hey,
damage.
guys, I'm gonna get out of Foundry real quick and back in.
Okay.
We don't have to jump. We don't have to drop the stream, but Foundry's not doing what it should be doing.
Should relog as well?
Yes, you're gonna have to, because it's gonna end up dumping you out.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of Foundry and back in. We'll be right in the same place and everything, but we have to relaunch the VTT.
All right.
It's the
Wow.
VTT, ladies and gentlemen, the VTT. I am having all kinds of troubles. Rome, I don't think this has anything to do with Foundry or anything like that. I think this is my machine going wonky.
Our karma is very low right now.
the VTTT.
All right.
There we go. Login successful.
Yeah, you should be able to come back in. The game started up again. Okay. And let me go ahead and see here.
What's funny is it lists that it's an attack, but it doesn't have anything added to it.
And it's still doing it. It's not letting me attack with anything.
Weird.
We win, guys!
And then- is-
He
is
just
that-
can't
Murder
hit
it.
me.
Did
Hang on a second, guys.
it!
Rome,
Guys,
what'd you say?
guys.
Yep, I got it.
Huh?
Or at least it showed it.
Oh,
Weird. I
Yeah.
might just have to type in the damage.
Well, I can't even
Or
roll
the
a dice.
roll.
Game's paused on my end.
That may be why.
I unpaused it.
Everybody should be on pause now, I think.
Yeah, my game's unpaused.
Yeah,
We are
mine is as
having
well.
so much problems. I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Let me check and see if there's anywhere else. Because the claws are under actions, and I go to click it under actions, and it just puts that link up in game.
Then it shows
I
the...
like that animation though for the claws.
That animation's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can roll just in the
Yeah,
type
I
box.
guess I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, just select the die and
features.
roll a d20
Hit
plus
me.
+5. Got it. Sorry, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. I really
Plus
apologize.
5.
Sorry,
I'm going
guys.
to be hit.
I shouldn't have done that.
I feel bad that I can see the stats on that, but
Oh wait,
that's a
I did 5
little-
d20s. Ha ha ha!
Oh,
I got
damn.
74.
Then I would be hit.
I
Pretty
got
sure that hit.
74. Oh wait,
The
might-
Mistmother intervenes.
I'm sure that hits everybody.
That
Yeah.
hits everyone. It hits the cobblestone. The tree next to us falls down.
what's that line? What's that line? I rolled a 32. Does that hit your AC? Fuck you, Steve. Yes, it does.
Pretty much how our West Haven game goes.
All right, so
14
14 on Aeom. Does that hit you, Aeom?
That does not. I have 15
Ooh.
for AC.
So it misses.
Perfect.
And
I
then
just want to
Trying to attack
yes,
my
I have
friends,
15
yes,
I'm
AC.
gonna rock his
Milagros, you
shit.
get your attack of opportunity.
Yes. Okay.
I hope
Get him.
I hope it works.
I do too.
So
It may have actually
you
just
you have to
been an issue with
retarget
import.
the creature again, because when we relogged it, it took away the targeting.
I am gonna.
No, it doesn't look like it did.
It shows that on mine that it did.
No,
Milagros, you
I'm
just
not
targeted
targeting-
yourself, I think.
I'm not targeting me. That would be just my luck. Let me do the thing. Okay, here we go. Come on, man.
See, it's working for you guys.
Yeah.
It may have just been something with importing the creatures.
Bad creatures. Bad.
Bad shadow
So
demon.
click on attack, Milagros. There you go. And misses the shadow demon. All right. So and are you gonna do anything else, Milagros? If you have anything, you only have a bonus action per se, except for casting some of your spells.
Could I cast Bless?
It is not a bonus action. It is an action.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's an action. Okay.
Okay.
So
Alright.
next to them, you'll see a 1A, a BA, or an I,
Oh, okay.
or an
Okay.
R. Sorry.
All right. So it missed Aeom. Milagros swung at it and missed. And then Aeom, you get a reaction. As the
Yay!
creature fades into the ground.
Okay.
Cheater.
How dare you abuse the laws of physics? Screw it. I got lots of key, and this thing seems really weird. Unarmed strike.
Oh,
Must
we
be
have the
targeted,
wrong
but-
screen on in the stream.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, streamers. I will fix. Bink.
Hit that target. Right.
Mappy map. Let me move this over a little bit because it moved off a little bit when we rolled it.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
I saw hit.
Oops. There, that's better. All right,
Smack
so
that motherfucker.
I will.
so you definitely hit.
Perfect. All right. Can I don't think I can expend flurry of blows on a reaction.
Not on a reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So
All right.
just,
Yep.
you just
That's.
click on damage.
And I will hit damage. Come on, that 4. That is a 1.
That's it. Damage is damage.
Yep. I'll take it.
All right. What the hell? Okay, so I'll just do that manually. Okay, there. Now it's done. I took off 4 hit points and it put it at 4 hit points.
Oh yes.
I was like, that's a hell of a hit. All right, so it disappears.
I sense his spiritual imbalance, and I just beat the crap out of him.
I could do that too. Vibes are rancid, and I'm a paladin. I hate this.
So you can still right-click on the damage number and apply damage without having to manually type it in.
Sorry, but you failed the vibe
Yeah, no, I
check.
was doing that. But I think I accidentally clicked inside the box.
See, that's the difference. I hit a lot, but I don't do a lot of damage. You hit like a truck.
When I hit, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
never, like,
And you see it reappear further down the alley.
oh no,
And
no,
it
no,
looks
no.
back at you all, and
It's
it just
getting
puts out
jumped.
one hand, and it goes like this.
Oh,
Let's
show
go.
your moves.
Oh, damn.
Let's
That is
dance.
the end of its turn. Utopia!
Yo,
What you doing, Utopia?
I'm charging this motherfucker. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Rush
Hold
it.
on. I gotta see if I can
Let
charge.
me see. Let me see if I can reach it. Oh, it's like right within my 30-foot range. Yeah. Yeah. So can I like run towards it and take a swing?
Yes, you may. If you have the movement to get there, and you should.
Yep.
So drag yourself on over there and deposit thyself.
What's up? What's up?
Remember me.
Waiting for this shit.
Remember, you have it targeted, so go ahead and roll your attack.
Yeah, I have it targeted.
Come on.
And
Damn.
Utopia misses the shadow.
Foundry hates me.
Yep,
Foundry
Foundry
does
hates you.
Specifically.
But that was your movement and your action, so we're going to move on to Val. Now, Val, it is outside of line of sight.
Val moves all the way up until it is within the line of sight, and then shouts after it, "Hey man, you built like a bitch!" And I cast Mockery.
feel like a bitch.
You should be my girlfriend
You
instead.
should be my girlfriend.
Right.
And I said, shut your ass up. You should be my girlfriend.
Alright, so
I got it targeted. That's right.
Damn.
yeah, you got
Vicious
targeted after you
mockery.
trying to steal it from your girlfriend.
I was straight up blushing.
Buddy.
That was like, you look like a bitch. I was like,
Oh, shit.
damn.
Dude, that DC 13 wisdom save. Come on and get hit.
What the hell? It's not letting me click the roll. Alright, so let's just go back and do attributes and do it the hard way.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Shadow Demon's broken.
He is broken. He fails!
Nice.
Roll that damage.
Yeah.
You will enjoy
Ooh, RJ, what is that? Sorry.
2
to
points of
interrupt.
psychic damage.
Ah!
And let's
French
see.
bread pizza.
Oh,
There
Where'd
is
all amount out?
don't do me like
another
this.
damage as a result. And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Yes, it
Cheers to
does.
the beer to that.
Alright, so that is on Val's turn. Next we get to Aeom.
Oh, it's me again. All right.
You know what? Let's just hit him again. What I'm doing. I will walk over there. Boom.
I mean, that will be the
so-
story of your career as a monk.
Yeah, I will walk many a places. Luckily, I move really fast, so I can't see the squares, but because they're like kind of just far enough away that it's not rendering.
So if you use the ruler, you can see your distance,
Okay.
and then
Thank
you
you.
can actually walk around with WASD.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So that's 2. So that's 10. 15, 20, 30, 35. Okay. Thank goodness for 45 feet of movement.
Yeah.
And that's an unarmed strike.
And that is an unarmed strike.
Does it hit though? Oh, it hit.
Oh, it does.
Come on.
You hit yourself.
This is proof that Foundry hates me specifically.
Yep.
And to be fair, you did just punch yourself in the face.
You did punch yourself. I'll take the 4
Oh
damage
shit!
off.
Sorry, I'm targeting me. Sorry, that's my bad.
Oh no.
No,
That's
I'm just gonna take the damage off of Aom here.
Okay, perfect.
Just walk up and
Aom just cranks himself in the face. See, I can hurt myself and still kill you. It's a flex, I swear.
Because you're built like a bitch.
All right. So
I'm dying. And I'm also gonna cast Flurry of Blows again. I don't cast things, but still.
by the way, Grumpak, you need to move that circle of light under you. All right. So you Flurry of Blows.
How do I move it?
I think you might have to delete it and redraw it. But you can try and grab the center point and drag it when you have the drawing tool up.
Yeah, the L ruler. We should be able to drag it from its center
There you
point.
go. All right. So that definitely hit. Roll that
Alright.
damage again.
Damage.
Smack him!
Normal. Oh, I smack him.
Oh yeah, you smacked him.
And almost smack
He
him
is
again.
totally smacked.
Man, I really like that now. I did not realize that I could get hit. I could hit twice with Flurry of Blows.
Also remember, you did hit it again. Damn. Also remember that if you run out of key or getting low on key, you also have your martial arts attack, which is just a single attack with a bonus action.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So roll that damage.
Nice.
Yes.
Damn.
The best I can do.
Last one was,
It's pretty
the
good,
last
man.
one was rough.
Well, thank you.
All right, so as you're slamming your fist into this thing repeatedly, you see that the shadowy substance that forms its body is decreasing in intensity. The edges of it look tattered, and it is standing there and it is taking the blows with nary a reaction, but it's not looking like it's as strong or substantive as it was before. So that comes over to Grompok's turn.
Sweet. Grumpok shall walk forward. No, come on. Work with me, buddy. 1, 2, 3. And then I will, as a bonus action, move my halberd behind him, my spiritual weapon.
You can only put it in front of him. It only moves 20 feet. But you can put it right beside Utopia.
Then that's where I'll place it.
Yeah.
We're all together.
Well, his brother's my bestie, so
Exactly.
yeah, we're besties.
By proxy,
Yeah, that's
Grandpa
right.
is your bestie.
Yeah. It's the
Bestie
district.
by association.
Yeah, that's right. By the transitive property.
By the transitive properties of bestie.
Smack them with the power of friendship and
Dun, dun, sorry. Dun, 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 dun. Now it's my turn to have some technical difficulties. Yay.
Oh, you're having technical difficulties.
But did you punch yourself?
2 punches up in the face.
Did you punch yourself is the real question that everyone wants to know the answer to right
Yep.
No, that's Ushnats.
now. Too snot. All right, so roll your attacks out.
Yeah, that missed.
All right.
And then as my action, let's see, what was the range on this? 60 feet. Okay. So as my action, I'm going to cast Command and basically just halt.
Okay.
And I need a DC 12 Wisdom save.
Stop! You
Yeah, it's
violated the
definitely
law.
broken. It's not letting me roll saves from that anymore. But DC 12 Wisdom saving throw?
Please.
You got it. It still lets me roll from the character sheet, so that's still functioning.
Okay.
And it fails.
Nice.
So it is forced to respond and must halt.
Yes. All right. So right now, I do need to do one thing real quick. We're gonna take a 5-minute break because I didn't get to do anything on the break, and I need to use the facilities. But it's gonna take 5 minutes, so we'll be right back. And we're after this, it is going to be up to Shugash. So when we get back from break, it'll be Shugash's turn, but we will be right back.
The one who has no offensive ability.
And we are back from the island of perpetual tickling, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to go back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting us take a little break.
These fuckers got weird, man. I don't want to go back.
You loved it, RJ. You were a part of it.
Stop.
Yes.
You liked it. You know you liked it.
Yep.
So,
Anyways,
Sugash, it is your turn, sir.
don't be muted. Don't be muted. Don't be muted. Don't be muted.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Nothing of the sort.
Never.
That has never happened
Never
once.
muted myself ever.
This creature's gonna hear a loud bell toll. And
Gong.
Is it not? Not here, are we
I
paused?
banged the thong. I mean the gong.
Or am I broken? Oh, you refreshed. I was broken. Bright white screen. Give me a second.
I would like to say I didn't do it.
Did you refresh your foundry?
Mm-mm.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Make a DC 13.
Wisdom saving throw, yes, sir. I will do so right now because you said I should make it.
Thank you, sir. And you made it, so.
You told me to make it.
Damn.
I'm only doing what I was told. All right, so
Dang it.
I'm just obeying orders. I'm a good soldier. Are you doing anything else, Sugash?
Nope, this is taking entirely too long.
All right.
You're not wrong, brother.
On its turn, the creature turns. Well, it already turned. It stops trying to move any further away, and it kind of looks at you, Utopia, and it kind of just puts its arms out towards you, and almost like reaches out to touch your face. Doesn't attack you at all,
Isn't it held?
huh?
Oh dear.
It's not held.
Shouldn't it-
It's just told to halt.
It's halt. The target doesn't move and takes no actions.
Yeah, I
I
know.
thought you said hold, that's why I was confused.
Yeah. So but it doesn't attack you at all. And that is Utopia's turn.
The vibes are awful. The vibes are absolutely awful. Hold on.
One day Milagros is gonna have like the greatest game of rolling like pure nat 20s the entire time.
Because now I'm like, I don't even want to fucking like. I don't want to.
Just think the karma is racking up like every time.
I don't even want to attempt shit at this point because I'm like, oh great, can't wait to miss again.
Welcome to the life of a paladin.
Yeah, feels great.
You got 6 seconds.
Can I cast protection from evil?
You definitely can, but protection evil I don't think is gonna. It's gonna give it disadvantage to strike you.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing.
Well, I mean, did you look at what the spell does though? Because if you go to your spell book and you go down to protection from evil and you click on it, it tells you what it does. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. This protection grants several benefits.
Yeah.
You can't be frightened by the creatures or possessed by them. If you're already charmed or frightened, it removes it. And the target has advantage on any saving throws against the relevant effects. And those creature types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
Okay.
So you can make yourself, or you can make, since it's touch, you can make an Aeom, give protection from evil to either one of those. You or Aeom.
You also have all of your smites.
Yes,
Which
you
are
have all your
bonus
smites. And smites burn
wait.
spell slots.
Yeah. but they add damage to your weapon attacks.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the last spell on your spell list, is Divine Smite,
Well, there's also. Oh, there's.
and it's not actually a spell. It's just something you do. It doesn't even count as an action. And you
Yeah,
do it
can I-
after you hit.
Okay, yeah. Can I move to hit it and like add that to it?
After you decide to smite, you can decide to smite after you roll to see if you're successful to hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and
If you're trying to do something to help you hit, you can use your channel divinity, which will give you a +2 because you have sacred weapon. So that gives you a +2 to hit.
Yes, it does.
So if I roll to attack, do I add a +2 to that or
If you want to burn your slot for channel divinity, because you only have one at your level.
Yeah, you only have one a
channel
day.
divinity, which gives you sacred weapon, which will add a +2 to your hit, and then when you hit, you can use divine smite or whatever.
And I think she will have to manually add the +2.
Okay. So do I just type in like +2?
When you click on your attack, it'll pop up that little box. You can just +2 in that box, and it'll add that.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
oh yeah.
Finally!
Yes.
All right, now this is where things get cool. Are you going to spend for Divine Smite?
Yes.
Okay, so you burn a spell slot. So on your character sheet, you will see where your spells are, your spell book.
Yes.
Actually, and you go down, if you have two choices because you have 2 levels of spells. If you burn a first level spell slot, you will do an additional 2d8 damage of radiant damage to the creature. If you burn a second level spell slot, you will do 3d8 extra. And that's beyond the dice damage that your hammer already does.
Okay.
It's up to you, brother.
I want to do the bigger one.
Come
I haven't.
Okay.
really
lady.
So you're going to spend a second level spell slot.
Okay.
And then a big question of that: are you using that one-handed or two-handed for your warhammer?
She's been using it two-handed, so I just
Two-handed.
So when you roll damage, when you click on the damage, click versatile, not damage.
Click versatile.
Crushed.
And then remember to add in the extra 2d8 when you're rolling it.
Okay, so 2D.
3d8.
3d8. 3 extra d8s. 3x d8.
It only says that I have first level.
But you can, it's a first level spell, but you can burn a higher level slot to hit with more damage.
Okay.
So essentially where your warhammer is, click versatile, it'll pop that box up. Type plus 3d8.
Let's roll the attack. But I did roll the attack.
You clicked on the weapon again instead of in the chat box.
In the chat box, you see the words attack, damage, and versatile. Click on the one that says versatile.
She has to roll attack first.
Oh, shoot.
Oh
Sounds
man,
weird like that.
do I
click
lose my
attack.
24?
No, just click
No.
attack.
Just
Okay.
click attack.
Please don't take my 24 from me.
I mean, still, but
Wow.
and then
Okay.
click versatile,
Okay.
and then plus 3d8. Nice.
Like I said, it's like a truck.
Do you realize that if you had hit yourself with that, you would killed yourself? So,
Damn.
Utopia, you draw in your will and you focus it into your family's ancestral warhammer. It bursts into a blinding light, shining and clear and down both ends of the hall of the alley you're in, hitting both walls of both buildings and lighting up the area around you and Aeon. As you do that, you raise it two-handed over your head, you bring it down on top of the creature's skull. There is a brief white flash, and you hear this incredibly high-pitched squeal, like when a boiling pot is leaking out from the edge of the edge of a seam, and just this high-pitched squeal going off, and the creature just explodes down into the ground, and all the substance of shadow is splattered all over the ground around you. And it begins,
Told you it was built like a bitch.
and it begins leaking in between the cobblestones and drains down into the cobblestones, and there is nothing in the alley with you.
I immediately cast dancing lights, send it down into the alleyway just to be sure.
I look at Utopia and just like the head nod. Damn.
Are you going to move at all, Utopia?
No.
All right.
That
so,
was beautiful.
Yeah.
you guys, you start. Val, it is your turn next. So you're gonna send the dancing lights down and run down the hallway, run down the alley.
Yeah.
So you can move
Yeah, I'm gonna
forward.
Going to move here. And then, let's see, where are my dancing lights spell? There it is. Whee! And how many of those can I...
3.
3. So yeah, I don't think I can actually place them anywhere, can I?
You can divide them up. If you divide, oh no, it's 4. It's 4. I'm sorry. If they're all together, it's 40 feet of bright light, and they're all
Okay.
one square. If they're not on one square, each individual one does 10 feet of bright light.
Okay. I do not know how you have it set up here. Is there like an actual light that I'm able to place once I cast it?
I can. You can place
Template.
templates.
Okay, I'll do a template then.
You can change
And
the
it's-
color to yellow.
Sweet. All right,
And
it's-
remember, the black template that's out there is light from
Gotcha.
someone's boots.
Grandpa still got the
I'm
shiny boot.
gonna.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
god,
gonna
wait, is it like
have
the
them all in
Nike
one
flashing
place.
sneakers? Because it should be.
Let me do that.
In my
No, no.
canon, that's what it looks like.
Ah, damn it! I messed it up again. Sorry.
That's all right.
It's been a while since I've had to do this. There we go.
No one's allowed to tell me shit ever
Oh,
again.
and
All
then
right. It's a big.
easy little bit. Yeah, I put them all in one spot.
All right. So the entire alleyway is lit up as these 4 glowing globes of glowing light spin around each other inside this very small area, and it lights up and illuminates the alley from one end to the other. You can clearly see all the buildings. The shutters are all closed and drawn. Although you do hear there's movement inside the buildings now because people are being made aware because there's a fight been going on outside. And Toll the Dead's gone off like 3 times.
Something just exploded.
Oh yeah, and knock.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't make any noise when it exploded.
And Val yelling out, "I told you it was built like a bitch! I told you, motherfucker!"
Everybody looks out their windows. Who's built like a bitch?
Dear, there's a bitch in the alley again. All right. So anyway, but yeah,
Come and get this bitch.
you run up, the spears dance over there. As you guys are moving, as you move up that way, it is actually going over. That's all you're doing in that turn, Val.
Yeah.
Okay. Goes over to Aeom.
Okay, so the creature is gone, correct?
Yes. As
Okay.
far as you can see, the teacher is gone.
As far as we can
Oh,
see. Which building is the church again specifically pointed out? Question mark?
1 second.
it better never show its face again.
Oh no, the
I
church is
swear.
the building that you're right beside in the alley.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Interesting.
It's so good.
So good.
Huh. And we're still in combat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna take just a defensive stance.
Okay.
Actually, what's the other one? Not the defensive, like where I can then do like attacks of opportunity or whatever.
You can always do attacks of opportunity because it's a reaction.
Okay.
Fighting defensive just means that you're not going to take an attack action this turn. You're going to
Right.
forego that, and you're going to get a disadvantage on anything attacking you.
Okay, maybe I won't take that. Okay, I'm gonna hold my turn. If anything, can I say that like my turn, the trigger will be that anything enters my like sphere of influence, touching my token?
If any,
Can I do that?
but you have to declare an action for what happens.
Oh, unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike
Will be
you
my
got it.
action.
All right.
Yep.
So you're not fighting defensive. You're declaring a held action to strike
Yep.
anything that comes into base with you.
Exactly.
All right. So, 1 second. Action turn. So that is the end of calm section. Grandpa, you're up.
Now, I missed it. Did we actually get the door kicked open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I missed the description. Was there anything...
It was
In
a
there?
wall of darkness in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move myself 3, 4,
Oh, hi, Kate.
5, and then let me move my lovely spear of light along with my booties. And do I see anything?
1 second. Yes, you do. One moment. I dropped him. As you are coming up onto the doorway, a figure is pushed its way out of the shadows in the door, and it stands in the doorway itself. As you come up, you see a arm that's covered in old archaic plate mail armor that's rusted. Is holding itself up against the light with a shield in front of it. And as you come out, the shield lowers, and on where a face should be, there is nothing but a skull in the armor.
Oh hell.
And this doesn't look like the guard that was there before.
No,
correct?
he was not wearing plate mail at all.
Cool. Would you kindly put his token on the
I'm
map so
trying
I
to,
can
but-
slap the shit out of him?
I'm trying to, but I cannot get him add him to Rome. How do you add a character to the initiative?
Oh, I see him.
Right click it, click on the toggle combat state bottom right.
Ah, got you. Thank you very much.
The target
I
grandpa
haven't hit it. Sorry,
This
I
must
didn't
be
know
the
if that was
boyfriend that's
supposed to be
built like a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not going to have a turn this turn because it's just walking out. So it's still your turn, Grandpa.
Okay. So I will, as a bonus action, cast Divine Favor on myself. At second level, which I believe gives me a bonus there, and so I'm also going to slap him with my glaive.
You're a slapping fool right now.
flat-sided,
So-
not even blade.
Yeah. It's just pop.
Contemptuously flat side on the blade.
So
You hit
on
him.
guard. So there is normal damage for the glaive. That sucks.
Have at thee, demon.
And then I already rolled the attack. The attack hit, so
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Me like it.
Nice.
and then so Divine Favor. Now, does that count as a critical, or are we just rolling that as normal?
You rolled. the
I
damage.
believe it's just it's sorry. So an extra D4. Thought that might have been 2D4 with it.
Why did you have to roll a second
level.
attack for your divine favor?
I don't know.
Boundary.
That's odd.
Oh, that
All
would be
right,
great.
so you swing out with the glaive. The glaive slams down on that upraised shield and scores a gash across the shield and scrapes across it. Now, on the shield, there was a tattered remnant of a cloth like draped over the shield. When your glaive comes down across it and rips off that tattered piece of
We
cloth.
lost
Just
Ray.
lost you.
Oh man.
No.
Hang on a second.
And there you go.
Hang on.
Pain is infinite.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Oh,
coming
you are.
back. It'll come back. Just give it a minute. Get a moment. You just have to relax.
All of your voice came at once. It was like.
It's still locked up. If you can hear me, it's still locked up. Oh, wait. Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. So as you can see, this is really just getting out of hand. So what we're going to do is this. From what we understand, this may be also problems with Twitch. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for the evening at this point. So the big reveal and everything else will be next week. And so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight. We're going to say goodnight and thank you to everyone. We would raid somebody, but I'm scared we'll take our luck with us and destroy their stream too. So, so we're going to go ahead and say goodnight, and we're going to let you guys go, and we will see you in 1 week, next Wednesday, for the continuation of these fight scene in front of the chapel. And we will see you guys in a week, and we thank you so much for sticking with us. It was very rough, we understand, and we really apologize. And we hope you guys come back next week, and we hope things get aired out. And thank you. So, all right. I'm just...